Mr. Trump and the First Lady have arrived at Windsor Castle. The first couple greeted by Prince William and wife Catherine and welcomed to the royal estate by King Charles and Queen Camilla. The guests traveled into the castle in a procession of horse-drawn carriages, rolling past ranks of soldiers, sailors, and aviators as military bands played the U.S. and the British national anthems. It is an unprecedented second state visit to Britain for Mr. Trump. He describes the United Kingdom as a very special place. Civilians have been fleeing en masse as Israel unleashes a Gaza City offensive, the stated goal to destroy Hamas's military infrastructure. Aggravated murder among the charges filed against the accused assassin of Charlie Kirk. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson could be sentenced to death if he's convicted. In court yesterday, prosecutors detailed the evidence they have collected so far. Showing no emotion, Robinson said nothing other than to confirm his identity to the court. The nation's central bank expected to finally do something that President Trump has been demanding for quite a while.
The Federal Reserve wraps up its two-day meeting Wednesday, and it's widely expected to reduce its key interest rate by a quarter point to about 4.1%. Wall Street traders expect 3 reductions this year and 2 more by next June, according to futures pricing tracked by CMA FedWatch. A rate cut Wednesday would be the first in 9 months. The Fed reduced borrowing costs 3 times last year, but put any further cuts on hold to evaluate the impact of President Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs on the economy. Donna Warder, Washington.
The Dow futures up 52 points, NASDAQ futures down 8. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is Dennis Prager for AmFed Coin and Bullion. There's something about the feel of a gold coin in your hand and the way the light reflects off its intricate details that has always captivated me. Nick Grovich, AmFed's owner, turned that same passion into his livelihood. Nick began collecting coins as a teen, and that interest grew into a nationally respected business offering only the finest quality coins at the most competitive prices. But the truth is that although Nick is a rare coin dealer, he doesn't believe in rare coins. Rare coins do not make sound investments, but they do make dealers a lot of money. See, that's part of what I respect about him. AmFed specializes in buying non-performing numismatic coins and turning them into gold or silver investments that provide liquidity and perform competitively against the market. Whether you're buying or selling, call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. AmericanFederal.com.
Australia is struggling to blunt China's expansionist ambitions in the Pacific region.
Back in 2022, China struck a security deal with the Solomon Islands, which raised alarm bells here in Australia. So Canberra is keen to sign a few agreements of its own to cement its status as security partner of choice in the Pacific, a region where China's influence is growing. But Prime Minister Anthony Albanese hasn't had much luck of late. He'd flown to Papua New Guinea to sign this latest deal, but the country's cabinet hadn't yet approved the agreement, so instead the two countries signed a defence communique. They played down the delay, saying that the cabinet was expected to approve the deal shortly.
The BBC's Katie Watson. Aid workers saved thousands of priceless archaeological artifacts in Gaza from destruction last week after Israel targeted a warehouse where they were stored. The Israeli military says Hamas was using that building for intelligence gathering purposes. News and analysis, townhall.com. A Republican senator challenges one part of the public narrative following the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
To those calling for an end to violent political rhetoric, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton notes
this is not a problem on both sides.
He says despite frequent media and Democrat portrayals of conservatives spewing incendiary rhetoric,
political violence in America is almost exclusively left-wing violence.
And Cotton says the differences become more clear when people of both parties respond to public opinion polls.
Almost no Republicans condone or celebrate violence, and a lot of Democrats, when asked in those polls, do.
Senator Cotton was interviewed by the Salem Radio Network. Bob Agnew reporting.
Parents of teenagers who died by suicide after interacting with AI chatbots have told their stories to Congress. The parents of 2 such teens spoke at a Senate hearing yesterday, detailing the dangers that can be posed by those chatbots. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I've promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. Yeah!
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Ah, yes. Welcome to halfway day, hump day.
All right, smack dab in the middle.
It's nice. That sunrise this morning was pretty.
Yeah, I missed it, but yeah.
You should just look left every now and again when you're coming to work.
I was
turn your head slightly left. Although you were here a little before the sun.
Yeah, it was still dark when I got here. Mm-hmm. It was not like, it's still kind of dark now, actually, like a little overcast.
Yeah, because there's some clouds off to our east, and they're doing a pretty good job of.
Actually seemed kind of dark when I got here this morning. Like now that I got to be thinking, it was like dark when I got like darker than it should be. Darker. Yeah.
There's a group of dancing Broadway actors in cat costumes that hang out around the dumpsters. We have a series of cats in our alleyway.
Snapping their fingers.
Mr. Maleficent.
You know, the one that's the worst is the Mike Myers cat in a hat that runs around back there. That thing is nightmare fuel.
What's the worst part about it is all of his references are so old.
Yeah, they're very dated.
Give it a rest. Okay, no, I get that, but that's just because I'm learned.
All right. I was born in the 70s.
Did you know, this is something I found out recently. So the movie Shrek.
Okay.
That sort of like saved Mike Myers.
Him, Eddie Murphy. I'd even make that argument. Yeah.
But the movie originally was written with John Belushi in mind. Like, the character was written in the style of John Belushi.
Okay.
And they said, okay, well, we need somebody who can kind of nail down that character. And they went through a couple that didn't work. They finally landed on Chris Farley. Chris Farley was originally going to be Shrek.
Huh.
He recorded, I want to say, 90% of the dialogue for the movie.
Wow.
And then he passed. And so they brought Mike Myers on, begrudgingly at first, because they had a couple other people in mind, but they brought Mike Myers on. And here's where it gets kind of interesting, because not only were they begrudging to bring him on, but he was insistent. He recorded the lines as they were written in the character style that they wanted.
Right.
Then he's like, I don't like this. He went back and completely redid all of the dialogue in the Scottish accent that we now know as Shrek.
Nice.
Because before, it was just a schlubby, Chris Farley-esque, kind of like if you ever heard him in like, I'm trying to think of, like the voiceover in Black Sheep. You just kind of, here we go. But they completely reworked it for him to be an angry ogre with that Scottish accent. And that nailed down the character.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I was like,
I think it is interesting.
That was a huge transition that character went through.
Because they could have gone into oblivion and no Shrek would have ever made it into the ether. But I'd be very curious, is there, like, on the internets, like the Chris Farley, can you see it or hear it?
There's clips of it, yes. Yeah. And actually, let me see if I can find one.
I'd be curious to
there are clips that exist, but they're
like, this goes back to, like, when they talk about Eric Stoltz was going to be the lead in Back to the Future movies instead of Michael J. Fox.
This was a pencil test that they did for Shrek. So it's kind of like, they basically have the characters and they just have pencil drawings.
There's nothing like a fire and a noble romantic mission to warm the cockles of your heart.
Yeah. I like my cockles room temperature, thank you very much.
Hey, if you're not doing this for cockle warming, why are you doing it?
Simple. Fartwad gets his princess, I get what I want.
Which is? Now, come on, what do you want?
I don't have time to set it to music.
So, I mean,
it's different.
It completely changes the complexity of the character.
It does. It definitely doesn't have the, like there's an innocence to the Mike Myers, where that one almost sounds like.
Well, you know what it reminds me of is the character, because I just recently watched this, is his character in Almost Heroes.
Yeah.
It's got that same gruff, like,
well,
they're portaging because they...
That was one of his later movies, too, so that would make sense, but he kind of sounds like that, you know. He was a guy that was slightly abusive to his body.
He did look at life like a challenge, didn't he?
Yeah, so by the ripe old age of 32, he was sounding pretty haggard.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's neat. But yeah, it's just like, because the same thing with Stoltz. He was set to play the Marty McFly character in Back to the Future, and they filmed a bunch of it. Mm-hmm. And then I can't remember I guess he wasn't screening right, or it was
a chemistry thing, I think, with him and
Doc Brown,
Lee Thompson.
Well, it wasn't her in the first one.
Or no.
It was. She didn't show up till later. Leah Thompson was the mom. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
She was in the first one.
Yeah, she was in. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, but it was a chemistry test, or just a lack of chemistry with him and that lead character, that they were like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
I think the same thing goes with Marty's dad.
Crispin Glover?
Crispin Glover. I think he was brought on later on, too. Like, he was a recast.
Well, and they've said, like, he was clearly the weirdest dude on set.
He just strikes me as a very odd cat.
And they couldn't get him for 2.
Right.
Like, there's a scene with the dad in it. Mm-hmm. It's not Crispin Glover. It's a stunt double or whatever.
Stand in.
Yeah, he's barely in, too. He's hanging upside down in a exercise thing or something. And I don't remember what they did about the voice and stuff, but yeah, that's not crisp, because I think he wanted like a god awful amount of money to do that, and B, everyone's like, the guy's kind of a jerk. We don't want him around here anyway. So that's kind of the stuff I've seen on it.
Crispin Glover, I feel like, is the closest to the characters that he plays in real life.
Yeah.
Of any actor I've ever seen.
He does look annoying to be around.
Not even annoying. He just looks like he would be like super awkward, like the awkward kid.
Yeah.
Never wanted to talk to anybody. Never wanted to. But you're Crispin Glover. We're here to talk to you.
Right.
And it feels.
And then he's doing like Charlie's Angels with the hair and not speaking or whatever. Yeah. What are he's up to now? Like I don't know. I ain't seen a Crispin Glover piece in probably 25 years.
Living high off that rat money.
But Biff.
I mean, you got to imagine royalty checks are still coming in for.
He's got to. I'm guessing. And Back to the Future, I think, is pretty much on TV somewhere at any given time of day on some channel.
Well, here's something that crossed my mind this morning, because I'm listening to this, basically this show that I listen to on Sirius. They're reading through the autobiography of Corey Feldman. Or I'm sorry, they're not reading. They're listening to Corey Feldman dramatically read his own autobiography.
So they're basically listening to an audiobook of Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Hosted by Corey Feldman.
It's talking about the day that he finds out that Corey Haim passed. And he's like, my family was gathered around in the living room. My head of security let them in. It's like, what's the last thing you saw Corey Feldman in that was good? And he still has a head of security for his mansion. That's how much money that guy made off of those movies, royalty checks. all the other stuff that goes along with it. I mean, there's not a good thing that Corey Feldman's been.
I keep going back to the Goonies.
You know what? I'm pretty sure Jocelyn was there for this one. The last good thing that Corey Feldman was in was he opened for, was it Limp Bizkit?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I did see he was some of his music stuff about a year ago on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, that's what he's living on right now is
I hear he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, no. It's pretty bad. It's actually really bad.
Is it?
Did you not ever see those Today Show performances?
No.
Oh, man. Okay.
Like I saw one stage thing and I was like, I mean, it wasn't like, wow, he's amazing, but I was like, he held his own.
Yeah. He didn't.
It was. I must have saw one like his Oscar performance or Grammy winning performance.
I'll put it this way: there's a section of the song that he sings. So he did 2 performances on the Today Show. They brought him back because the first one became super viral because of how god awful it was.
It was so bad it was good.
They got I can't think of his name now. So in the actual song, Go For It is the name of the song. Go, the number 4.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg, of all people, has a cameo in the middle of the music video.
He will do anything.
He will do anything. And there's a section of the video where he says, watch the ladies twerk. And all the backup dancers start twerking. In the Today Show performance, they couldn't get Snoop. I guess they didn't have that check. So they got Doc Ice. That's what it was. Doc Ice came out to do the Snoop Dogg part. And because they didn't have backup dancers, they changed the line to watch Feldman twerk.
And no
Feldman
one wants to
proceeded to twerk. Badly, mind you, badly. On screen for a good solid 2 seconds. It was not a fun performance to watch. The fact that he came out looking like a dude, looking like an extra from Assassin's Creed too. He had this like long cloak on with a hood.
Loved it.
He's a weird dude. His backup group is called the Angels, and they're all like former drug addicts and prostitutes that he's taken off the street and like given an opportunity. He's like, I'm giving a chance to these young ladies to make something of themselves, but not if you're ugly or a dude.
He's deep.
Right. I'm only taking you in if you're moderately attractive and can play a bass.
That's
video.
All right.
That's fantastic. Yeah, this is.
Is it family friendly?
Yes. This is the when he opened for Let's.
I was like, if you'll send that to me, I can put it on the Facebook page.
This is spitting fire. What are you talking about?
And he goes, my moves are similar to Michael Jackson's because we both grew up dancing together. He said we grew up dancing together.
He's a lot older than you, Corey.
Yeah.
You were a child at Neverland
But
there.
apparently they grew up dancing together.
Yeah, that was fire. I don't care anybody said.
That was some hot fire. Yeah, his whole backup band is that and his wife, who he calls his main angel, or the main, because all of them are the angels. It's Corey and the Angels.
Okay.
But his wife is his main angel or his mangel.
Mangel. He's so creative.
Once you do a deep dive into the world of Feldog, it's hard to get out.
Feldog. He's so creative.
You know what? It's been 30 years and I still want to know what's up with the youth. No one's ever answered that question.
I don't know. Just maybe Charlie Sheen talks about it in his Netflix thing. I haven't watched that yet. Have you watched it?
No, I haven't seen it
It's
yet.
like a 3-parter or 2-parter. 2-parter, I think it is. But,
probably.
I still want to see it.
I lived it. Like, I lived through that whole
Well, that's
phase.
what I want to. That's why I want to. Like, I saw the Tiger Blood. I saw the early days. I want to hear the skinny on all that.
Right.
Because that man literally should not be alive.
By the way, a lot of people forget the show that he came out on, essentially, with the whole winning Tiger Blood thing.
Yeah.
That was the Alex Jones show.
Yeah.
That's something else that gets lost in the sauce.
Well, and then he went on his own world tour, remember? Like Broadway show or whatever. Yeah, he He was off the and he admits it now.
Like he called it the world tour of winning.
Yeah, he puts that whole thing, like he talks about now, and he's like, I've seen it in a couple interviews so far, and he's just
it turns out AIDS humbles you a bit.
Yeah, he's well, I guess, and he's been sober 8 years now.
Nice.
8 years sober, Charlie. That's.
I don't.
But
really
they're
know.
still that crazy. Like every
really
interview
know
I've
wake
seen
up anymore.
I'm still like at any moment waiting for him to leap up on the chair and just say winning or do something.
Right.
You know, I've got tiger's blood through my veins. All right.
They never came out with the Adonis DNA flavor of snow cone because you can still get tiger's blood. You cannot find Adonis DNA. I've looked.
Someone needs to get on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me give you the
jump on a trend from 12 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, if Guns N' Roses can keep promising a new album for 27 years.
Oh, by the way, I guess it was The Who, I think, announced their last show is going to be on October 4th.
Oh, yeah?
Their last show.
Who?
Yep.
Just kidding. It was a bad joke, but I had to throw it out there.
They'll return to their day jobs as skeleton models in the Spirit Halloween.
Right. Well, not that there's a lack of work. You know, 'tis the season. We're going to replay some interviews today. I had some guests, but they backed out last minute here. So, but here in just a few minutes, we're going to play our interview we had on Friday with Roswell Ortiz from the Roswell Public Library, getting an update on several activities happening there. Damon Graham, Leadership Roswell Alumni Association, joined us yesterday to talk about the upcoming Municipal Candidate Forum that they are hosting at the Pueblo Auditorium on September the 30th, which we will also have here on La Radio and KSVPTV.com. So we'll play that interview for you about 8:15, and then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to play our interview we had with Tamara and Katie from the Chaves County Extension Office yesterday, talking about fair and other things.
That's fair.
To be fair. So, before we do any of that, here's for your listening pleasure, the weather. Hopefully not from Montana, wherever it was yesterday, Idaho or something.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a little bit of sunshine today. We could get a shower or thunderstorm, though. We'll be in the mid-80s. Overnight, slight chance of a shower and down to 60. And then it looks about the same for Thursday. Some moist air hanging around. That'll be enough to kick off some showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. We're in the mid-80s. Slight chance of a shower Friday, partly sunny, low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 66 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 73%. Winds are calm at the moment. We do have a 30% chance at showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. They say mainly after 3 p.m. Otherwise, mostly sunny, although I would disagree with that statement at this particular moment. High of 86 today with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 62. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 20% chance at afternoon showers for your Thursday. Mostly sunny, high of 86. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow night, we are looking at a 20% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy, 62 for an overnight low. Southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, we're looking at a 20% chance at showers for the afternoon. Mostly sunny and 87. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 30% chance of showers Friday night, and that could go into the overnight hours. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 63 degrees. And then warming up a bit for the weekend, sunny and 91 for Saturday. Mid-90s, 94 and sunny on Sunday. All right, 7:24, we're going to take a 3-minute break, and then we'll play our interview with Rusty Ortiz from the Roswell Public Library. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. Good morning.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true. Trust.
Injury, surgery, or illness can set you back. But you don't have to recover alone. At Artesia General Hospital, our rehabilitation services team provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy to help you regain strength, mobility, and confidence. Take the next step toward recovery. Call 575-736-8174 today to schedule an appointment and get back to living life to the fullest.
It's too bad the Eastern New Mexico State Fair doesn't have a category for weeds, because with all the rain we've had, they'd be giving out lots of blue ribbons. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. We have powerful products to get rid of the hardiest weeds, and most important, we can tell you exactly how and when to use them to get the job done. Yeah, this year's weeds are certainly impressive, but at least they're green.
You may have heard the federal government has made some major changes to health insurance, and it could affect your eligibility for coverage or how much money you can save. Schedule an appointment with a Be Well certified assister who will help you navigate these changes and what they mean for you, for free. Don't wait. Open enrollment begins November 1st. Schedule an appointment today at BeWellNM.com and let us do the work for you.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today. Like the Kubota L-Series compact tractor, the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, get select L2502 series for as low as $21,999 or $325 per month. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell.
Pecos Valley Broadcasting has immediate entry and experience level and radio and live stream video sales executive positions open in Artesia and Carlsbad. You'll work with our amazing team to build and maintain accounts and dive into advertising and marketing promotions. Experience in sales is preferred and bilingual opportunities are available. Base guarantee plus bonuses and commissions. Apply now. Email your details or resume to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Take your career to the next level with Pecos Valley Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
In studio this morning from the Roswell Public Library, Rosie Ortiz back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's things at the library this morning?
Everything's good.
Good.
Got
Busy?
Busy, yeah.
I don't know, obviously school, so you guys are in your kind of your back-to-school routine with your things each week, but do you get an uptick with the air races of people just coming into town and nosing into the library saying, hey, just checking things out?
Yes, a little bit. Yeah, we have had a few people like, we like your library. We just came in.
Yeah.
And so we have
Some
had
people
a few.
just come seeing the sights.
Mm-hmm.
Come check out the library.
Yeah, I still have people walking down Main Street, too. So
we're welcome to check out a book, but it better be back in 2 weeks.
Well, they can read it in the library.
That's right. We can come read here, Yeah, but because you can't wait till next year when you come back to return that book. No. We're gonna be some fines waiting on you. But I was just curious if you did see a little uptick on that.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's interesting to see how the tourists are coming in.
Good. Of course, for folks who don't know, there's always stuff going on almost every day at the library as far as activities and things, whether it's a story time or stuff with the younger kids or teen activities for the older kids on a Friday or Saturday or weekend stuff for adults.
Yes.
There's stuff going on, movie nights on Fridays. There's pretty much just about every day something happening at the library.
Yeah, we actually have new programs for teens and for the older elementary kids. So we have a book club for the older elementary kids. I'd say about like third grade and up. And it's the first and third Wednesdays of the month.
Okay.
And so I know they get out early release. So parents, you're like, where do I leave the kids?
Sure.
Just drop them off at the library.
We got plenty of stuff to do at the library.
We'll read a book. We'll discuss the book. And we'll have fun now. We'll have some snacks.
Make some friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then on the first and third Saturdays of the month, we have a manga anime club.
Okay.
So same thing, we'll read, we'll talk about it, we'll watch some anime sometimes. So, maybe we'll have a fun craft.
Sure.
And, 12 and up. So, your kids like manga, like anime, you know.
You probably have a lot of artist types who like to draw that do.
Yeah,
I think people that like anime generally like to also draw and.
Yeah, or at least have an appreciation that anime. Some of the animation there is beautiful. Same thing with manga; they've got some gorgeous.
Yeah, it's art form.
Yeah, and not just do some graphic novels too, and comics. But
sure. Well, the storylines get kind of adult sometimes, depending on.
Well, yes, they do, but we will stick to teen-friendly stuff. Yeah,
but yeah, it's really a cross-genre type medium. For this type of stuff. So.
It's
something
growing.
checking out. Put it this way: a lot of kids are into that type of stuff. So if you want to know what your kids are into. A lot of them are into some form of anime of some way, shape.
Absolutely, and then we'll always let you know what we're reading, so you know ahead of time.
Oh yeah, everything.
What they'll be reading, yeah.
But that way you're kind of wow, this is unique art and unique way.
It is,
and to be honest, understand that too.
Mm-hmm.
That okay, just because it looks like this doesn't mean it's the same level as some of the more adult themed stuff you see on other TV or movies or whatever. It's just like other stuff. There's
just
age appropriate of everything.
Everything, yes, you have to be age appropriate. Even like The Simpsons is.
I'll say South Park's on TV.
Yeah,
and I don't know if a lot of you want your kids watching some of that.
Yeah, animation doesn't necessarily mean kids. But yeah, so and then that way what is teen friendly, kid friendly, as opposed to something like South Park.
Yeah,
that is not.
That's very adult humor there. But,
very adult,
but definitely something to check out. Maybe that's something you can do as a family. Maybe maybe you were into some anime and your kids, and you can do it together and kind of
read it
this is for kids, but use it as a chance to connect with your kids afterwards.
Yeah, for the kid book club, we're reading The Last Kids on Earth. It's the monster apocalypse, very fun, and we do have a mom that's reading alongside.
Oh, cool!
Their little boy, and it's a fun story.
Sure. I hope they get to have conversations over dinner over there.
Yeah.
That's cool. So please come by and sign up for these things, and I imagine every few weeks there's a new book or a new project that they're working on.
We're not rushing through it. I don't want kids to feel like it's homework, so we'll take it at their pace. Yeah. But yes, the aim is to change it up every month. If not, we will change it up.
Ish.
Yeah.
Month-ish.
Yeah.
Good deal. What else do we want to put on people's radar?
Well, tomorrow we have the cooking clubs.
Okay.
And we will be doing spiced Indian flatbread.
Oh, nice.
So come on down, get some flatbread.
You get to eat usually.
Yeah. You cook it, wait a little bit, and then you can eat it, and it's always delicious. Yeah.
And then you can go home and practice that weekend on your family there and make some fry bread.
Delicious, yeah.
I feel like that's a good skill to have around here. If you can make fry bread, you can entertain a lot. You know what I mean? You can do a lot of good meals with fry bread or variations of meals with fry bread instead of something else. Yeah.
If you like to cook and you can cook bread, that's a good thing to have in your cooking toolbox.
Yeah, absolutely.
In every little,
Especially if you like artisan-y, because to me fry bread feels like an artisan type, homemade. Like something grandma made or something, you know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. It pulls at the heartstrings, the liver strings, yeah.
Yeah. So if you have that skill, just saying, you might find the love of your life because of your ability to make fry bread.
Exactly.
And you learned at the library on a Saturday morning.
Exactly. And it's early morning. You still get to go home and enjoy it.
I found my mate because of fry bread at the library.
Yeah. Sounds like a romance novel.
That's a happy story. Yeah. I'm just saying. That's a happy story right there. So good deal. What else we want to talk about?
We put in a new story time. It's Thursdays at 5, and it's aimed again for most of our story times are aimed for the preschoolers. This one's slightly older, and it's bilingual, mostly Spanish.
Excellent.
So we've been getting a lot of families with that they want their kids to learn Spanish. All the story, not all, but most of them.
It's an amazing idea. Yeah,
I'd say 90% of the stories are in Spanish.
I don't care what your first tongue is. Go to both. Go to the English. Go to the Spanish. The earlier the better. Kids are sponges at that age.
Yeah.
The likelihood of them picking up that second language if they're learning it at that age versus when they're in high school is so much better. Trust me, I took 3 years in Spanish. I'm dumb as a rock in Spanish. If they would have hit me when I was like 4, this would have been amazing.
Yeah. And then it's Miss Diana. She always has an awesome craft.
Yeah.
So
she's so fun with the kids.
She is.
So
she's great. She's got that talent.
Yeah.
She's like our own personal Ms. Rachel. Like she's really good.
She's very crafty, very creative. That's the word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's got that mind. She's always got, some craft bubbling in her head.
And she's
really
just
good.
the nicest lady on the planet.
Yeah, the kids love her. She's great.
Yeah, like to be honest.
Uh-huh.
Does she ever get mad? Like I don't even know. Can't even picture what she's like mad. She just seems so nice.
No, she's really patient. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
sometimes,
does she ever? Like, I think she's unflappable. Like.
I think for the most part,
I'm sure there's somebody. There's some kid or spouse or someone, parent that can get her going in a heartbeat. But I don't see it.
She, sometimes the kids get crazy or the kid throws a tantrum.
Yeah.
And she's really good
She's just
about going there and calming the child down. A lot better than the parents. She
has that
she was
nurturing
born
skill.
with that. Yes, with
some
that
people just have it.
Gift, that skill, whatever.
But I could never picture her mad or nothing. I'm just like, I'm
I've
sure
ever
she
seen-
does.
I'm
She's a
sure
human
she's kind
being,
of frustrated, but she has a good way
boy,
of either
howdy.
dealing with it or hiding it.
Although people like her, I don't think I want to see her mad. Like that could be. It could be hell sick coming, or you know what I mean? It's like, oh no!
I think with her,
open
it's
up a
more
can.
like-
I open up Pandora's box. Look out!
I think where there's more, you don't want to disappoint her. So
That's
when
right.
you see that, you're like, oh.
You don't want to see her when she's angry. But I kid. She's such a great lady. So she's amazing with the kids, and we always have fun with her when she comes on.
Great,
Because she's always like, "Did I do great? You did amazing. You did it." Yeah. But anyway, yes, come out and bring the kids and just turn her loose with her, and Maria will have them.
Yes, if you want that Miss Rachel experience live, Miss Diana is great.
Oh yeah, and she loves, especially like, of course, we'll be talking Dia de los Muertos and all that here before we know it again.
Yes,
that's kind of her jam, and
It is.
and educating folks on the stories and the reasons behind much of the pageantry that is the Dia de los Muertos celebrations.
The history, the traditions, how they all started. Yeah,
she's very very good at giving that, and doing that. Library does they do a lot of great things. That's just one of them, and that. Well, I have to say we're right around that corner, and that'll be coming up here in about a month. So
it's one of our bigger events, and that'll be. She'll be talking about it next month here.
Yeah. Well, and this is something that for folks, go to the library. I know you can get a digital version, but I personally say go to the front desk at the library, and every month you can pick up the activities calendar, and it's usually a 2-month calendar. Like one side will have the current month, and usually the next month will have the next month on there.
For this new one, I think we have up to December.
Okay, so it's actually going out a couple months here.
Yeah.
And then you can see all the activity, including these weekly story times and preschool and the cooking weeks and the and when, like, say the 4-H craft club does their things, or the Master Gardeners do their weekend.
The chess club.
All of that is on the calendar. That way you can line up and do it. And 99.9999% of all this stuff's free of charge. Most of it you can just show up. A couple of times they ask you pre-register if there's like an author speak or something like that. They do ask you pre-register, but it's free.
Yeah.
But 99 times of times it's kind of come as you are, come first serve, or kind of things like that. Pretty much any one of these, like the cooking event tomorrow, it's just come on down and be ready to learn and eat fry bread. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Last month we did have a pre-register, but we were working with Dion, so it was like a set. They could only bring so many.
Okay.
But those are rare.
Sure.
But tomorrow just come on down, and as long as we'll stay there as long as the ingredients last. So.
Absolutely. And then of course, as we do kind of shift to the holiday months here pretty quick, there are always events. Excuse me, I got hiccups all of a sudden.
No worries.
I just came out of nowhere. But they've got events that go on, around the Christmas holiday, around the Halloween, Thanksgiving.
Yes.
There's New Year's. They always do their
our New Year's
festival.
festival.
Your New Year's festival. These are all just part of they're all coming around the corner. So get ready to be back, participate in those events.
Yes,
too.
sir. The Yuletide Festival is in December. I believe it's the third December in. The third Saturday in December.
Third December and Saturday.
Yeah, I was like the third Saturday in December, and then a week and a half later, it's our New Year's festival.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on during that.
And then in January, we will have our tea party, which will be a Hello Kitty theme.
Okay.
So
I think Maria goes crazy on that one too, doesn't she? on the Tea Party a little bit.
This one's going to be one of our pages is a real Hello Kitty aficionado.
Oh, so she's got the reins on this.
Yeah.
One. I'm pretty sure we were talking about tea parties with Maria a year or so ago. And she was like, "Oh, I got this whole thing planned." She had it down.
Yeah.
It was like an event. But anyway.
Yeah.
But please, get involved with these things. Sign up or come by and participate. And don't forget, too, about all the resources that the library can help you with. If you've got, say you want to, do ebooks and things like that, you can go online to the website and download with a library card in good standing. You can go download ebooks and things that you can have. And technically not set foot in the library to do these things.
Yeah.
So if you got a road trip coming up, or you just, you like to hear ebooks while you're driving to work and run about your day, you can get, keep up to date there. Don't forget other online resources, other music and periodicals, movies. There's some of that access through the website too.
We have, Libby is the app for the ebooks and audiobooks. We also have Comics Plus. You can download that too, or you can get it through our database in our website.
Okay.
And that is, again, it's, comics, manga.
Yeah.
Some picture books. The wonderful thing about that is depending on whatever age range you have on your library card, that is what you'll get. So if your 5-year-old has their own card,
they get only up to the,
and the
so
teens,
it's got parental controls built in already.
So now if your child, you have one parent, or one card under the parent's name for the whole household.
That's gonna open up.
So if you let them on, just be aware that it's gonna give them the full access.
Another reason to give your child their own library card, so you can monitor exactly, the types of material they're exposed to.
They're not getting anything above.
Does it work on spouses too? Like if you got a spouse, like this person's not handling anything above 10.
You can tell them just click on, the middle grade ones.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just check it, Some of us need to be wrangled.
Yeah, so you can do all that at home. No worries about are they late?
Absolutely.
Did we miss them?
You can do all that. And of course, tutoring help too. There's programs on there to help if you've got for college and high school.
Through our databases.
Tutoring and things, extra help for school and education.
Absolutely.
There's and don't forget too, homeschoolers and things. They've got all types of STEM and different little packets and things that the library can, and you check out just like library books free of charge. And you can use these, incorporate them into your lessons at home, or if you're just wanting to work with your kids some more on stuff,
if they're interested in rocks, we have stuff on rocks.
Yeah, if you want to do your own
insects,
thing, or rocketry or whatever, they got all kinds of different little kits and packets that they can check out and partake in. One other thing, I know we're kind of getting out of the summer season, but don't forget that they also have the New Mexico Department of Tourism passes too.
Yes.
That there's like 15 or I don't remember the exact number, different places around the state that you can go up to 6 people get in for free.
Yes.
Examples are Lincoln. If you go to Lincoln, you can get into the courthouse and all that for free with this pass. There's some of the museums in Albuquerque and Santa Fe that you can get into. Las Cruces, I think the Museum of the Horse or the Cowboy or something over there. They have
the Space
Museum in Alamogordo. You can get and there's a couple parks. I think.
And I think also like Fort Sumner. I
think.
For the Billy the Kid stuff.
But basically, if you're driving around the state, maybe you're you got family in the Four Corners or whatever. You could go check this pass out, you only can check it out for a week, and you can't renew it or anything, and it's first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Good news is they have a stack of these passes. They rarely run out. And
so it's a good one if Thanksgiving you're going driving or Christmas.
But the smart move is check it out the day before you leave.
Yeah.
That way, by the time, unless you're gone more than a week, then you might want to make some arrangements here. But that way you can do it and then come back when you return and
absolutely.
Do all that. But it's a great, and I don't care what you say. I mean, if I know, for instance, if you go into Lincoln, I think they charge about $10 a head to get into that thing.
I'm not sure,
and it might be a little bit more on that. And so I'm just saying, you're 6 people, $60 right there. I don't know about you. I'd like to save $60.
Yeah.
On going on. That's lunch. Well, part of a lunch nowadays, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Lunch for one.
but sure. And if you want to do the touristy thing in Santa Fe, Albuquerque, all those they cost
free
money.
of charge.
So,
some of those you're paying $20, $30 a head. and you're getting that free of charge,
exactly,
up to 6
so.
people. And it's really
It's
so.
the whole family.
And all you got to do
pass,
is go in and ask for it.
Yep, say it. And if you don't have a card, we'll sign you up for a card and check you.
That's free of charge too. And then, now you got the whole world. And then, by the way, yes, you can walk into the library and still check out a book, or just browse the shelves and find something that your next joy
check
read
out a
or whatever,
magazine,
or a
too.
magazine,
Yeah.
or pick up a newspaper and read it if you'd rather do that, or if you need to get on a computer and do some computer work, or maybe you're not a
printing.
computer person, or tax season. We'll be talking about that before you know it. You can come get
we
your
will.
documents and all that good stuff from the library,
Yeah.
like you normally do, and by the way. Like if you want to learn computer skills and stuff, they have classes throughout the thing on that
For
stuff.
all our older citizens, we have something called Senior Planet.
Okay.
And it's Saturdays at 10:30, and it's for those senior people that aren't as comfortable with technology, with computers, and we teach you.
Bring us your questions, your quandaries on
Yes,
computers.
We have we had a class on like how to, starting to understand AI.
Okay.
How to choose the correct device, laptop, computer
Sure.
for you. So it's every, Saturday at 10:30.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of abilities to dupe you nowadays, so you got to be on your toes.
Yeah,
in this
how to
AI
set
stuff.
up an email. So if you're like,
Absolutely.
I don't understand anything, we got the class for you.
It's a great, and it probably goes as basic as you want. You're like, what's Facebook? All right, let's get on. We'll tell you what Facebook is.
I mean, we had how to set up an email account because without an email, you can't do anything.
Right, if you're
online.
never on it, without an email, it's literally like a driver's license. You can't navigate in the world without one, and without an email address on the internet, you're pretty much dead in the water. So,
most accounts require an email address. So
and then they get it. Well, shoot. It's going to be getting in a world where you're not even going to be able to buy lunch or nothing without email. Because now
Probably.
everyone's kind of steering to app worlds, which is great in convenience wise and stuff. But
Yeah.
the days of you just walking up to a register and saying, "I'd like a hamburger, fries, and a drink," or now you got to go through an app and talk to a thing to get to it to come here. And so we're just in that world now. You're going to have to.
Or if you want it cheap, because I'm sure you'll still have that, but really expensive.
Yeah. Either that or grow your own garden and live off the grid.
And we have books for that too.
And it'll teach you how at the library. Absolutely. But yes, please don't forget the library is your resource for everything when it comes to getting extra education or extra opportunities for your children, for your own personal growth and things. If you're thinking about, looking for resources, it's all at the library. It's right there. It is the internet before there was the internet.
Yes. And if you want to come in just to cool down, you certainly can.
Yeah. And if you never liked those Dewey Decimal Card they got rid of those years ago.
Yeah.
You don't have to have those anymore.
No.
Although I missed them.
I love the little
Yeah.
I'd
love
that
that you could-
actual cabinets or little drawers.
Like, to be honest, I'm better navigating that. Like, I'd rather walk in and, that's what I need. Pull it
Yeah.
out. There it is. Okay, it's right at there it is.
Yeah.
To me, that makes sense. Nowadays, I'm like, it's too high tech.
Still there. It's just all digital.
It's just all digital. I just want the card. I just want to pull the thing out.
Yeah.
I
So
hear
come
those
to
are.
Senior Planet so you can.
There you go, to update. I can, I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm old man screams at lawn. Get off my lawn. This is me. I do it. I begrudgingly do it. Back in my day, we had a high beam on the floor and you hit it with your butt. It was good. That's me.
We've got all of that for everyone.
That's right. But yes, please come live and come out to these events too. Like tomorrow, come out there and have fun and cook some fry bread
some
and
food.
learn. And,
Tomorrow, we have go get some art because we are second Saturdays with the museum. We got there, get some food.
Oh yeah, it is that this weekend too. Yeah, I forget about that. The museum's gonna be there, so it's a little extra.
They're at the
fun.
library now.
Yeah, till we can get their museum back up and running. So which
hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. They took a hit with that flooding.
Yeah, they did.
So, but a lot of the art was protected, which is at the end of the day, that's the big thing. And we can replace buildings. The artwork,
yeah,
not
that's
so easy. Yeah, so that's the blessing in disguise.
Yes.
So, or at least the stuff that did get hit, they were able to mostly
salvage
or repair, restore, whatever they call that.
Yeah.
The conservers get in there and do their thing. So.
They're magic.
Which, if you want to learn about them, you can find a book about them in the library.
Exactly.
But and then don't forget too, they got those fun nights. When they want to play Legos or do something. That's stuff to do with the family. That stuff. that you can go with the kids, and I get it. Adults like to play with Legos too. You can with the kids. You get an excuse. You get to do these.
We have adult drawing nights on Tuesdays, I think. So if you just want to come and doodle, just come on down.
Yeah, they still do. They still do the adult coloring and stuff.
Yes.
So if you like doing that,
Tuesdays I think at 4:30. So just come on down, and
that's been popular for a few years now, and
it's a good mantra, relaxation.
It's a good way to be artistic when you're not artistic, if that makes sense. Like I'm not very good at being I'm good at talking. I'm bad at drawing and doing like that. My creative stinks there.
Yeah.
But I like to think I can do it. So coloring is kind of the happy medium, where it's like I didn't draw it, but I can stay in the lines. I can get detailed enough to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's a good little sort of mini therapy. Just
makes people like me feel like I'm artistic too.
Exactly. Anyone can do art.
Yes.
Anyone, whether it's the skill level.
Yes.
Different, but everyone and anyone should
Stick
do art.
figures are art too.
They are. I'm a stick figure person myself, so yes, it's art.
I've seen whole cartoons with stick figures. I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the flip book with the stick figure. Yeah.
See?
That's art. Very good. Is there anything else we want to cover? Did we pretty much get it all?
I think we covered pretty much everything.
Good deal. So if you have, but again, come on by if you have any questions. If you don't have a card or anything, please come by, sign up, and of course your children as well too. We'd mentioned earlier. Obviously you're the parent. You decide when it's appropriate for your child to be a library card. But I always like to think of like when you get your child that first wallet or pocketbook or whatever, that's usually a good time to do that because they don't really have anything to put in there yet.
But they can put their library card. Yeah.
They'll be putting the credit cards and the bills that go with them in there soon. And so like a library card's like that first real thing they can use. That's like they can go into public and flash and use and feel like adults with. And so that's always, I find, it's about that time usually a good time. But
they get a kick out of it, especially with the self-checkout machines. They're like,
and make it a big deal. And that's going to embrace that reading in your kids. Make it fun. Make it a big adventure. Make it something that they crave to do. And, that's how you get kids reading. I don't care what it is. Maybe pick a day. All right, Tuesdays after school, that's the day we all go to the library and get new books for the week or whatever it is. I think every family with school-age kids, and even without, I think that's a good idea. Go down there and pick and maybe a week's too big. Go 2 weeks. Whatever it is your family works, it takes for them to read a book or whatever. Yeah, make that a regular part of your routine, whatever that is. And so,
that's a good
and just go and say, hey, and you basically turn them loose. And that's the great thing about the library. Okay, teens, here's your section. Go anything in this section, go nuts. Here's the younger youth section, whatever color books or books that look, because they're looking at pictures.
The picture books,
the ones that strike your fancy, grab it and have fun with it.
Yeah. And
now if your child is not good with books, like they rip them, then you supervise every step. But if they're old enough to kind of pick their own and maybe even do a little of that, or at least understand the pictures and the story and starting that early stages of reading. Let's
if they're babies, we've got the board books, which are pretty hard to tear. So
although
I mean, not impossible.
Challenge accepted for some of these.
Not impossible, but pretty hard.
Some kids are like, challenge accepted. But so please utilize these tools with your kids and your family.
That's what we're here for. That's what,
And it's all free. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's all you need is to go in there and get a library card. That's it. And it don't cost you a dime either.
It does not.
Just need a water bill or
something,
a proof of address that you live here. That's about it. That's all there is to it. And prove that's your kid.
Yes.
Good deal. Well, thank you as always.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll see you guys in next time.
Yes.
And of course, folks, don't forget, come on by. And then don't forget, you can go to the city's website, roswell-nm.gov. There's a tab on there for the library. That's probably the easiest way. There is a direct link, but it's like -405. I don't remember the thing. It's
library.
So just go to the city's website, click on the library tab.
And then we're on social media as well.
Yeah.
So find us
primarily
Facebook.
Instagram and Facebook, right? Yeah. And that's a great way. I recommend you like and follow, because that way it's kind of like the calendar, whereas you get to see upcoming. Don't forget this Saturday is this event or this thing. But also too is like when they have those Lego nights or those things.
Yeah.
They put the pictures up of some of the pride. Who knows? Maybe you might see your work up there on the pictures up there too.
So yeah. Absolutely.
But definitely get involved there. So, Rosa, appreciate the visit as always,
you.
and we'll see you in a couple, or I guess next month.
Next month.
It was a couple weeks, but I guess technically that's a couple weeks. So, good deal, and stay dry tomorrow. It might get rain and then cool.
We'll see.
Yeah, so good deal. Hey, tomorrow's a rainy day. Good day to read a book in the library.
There you go.
Just saying.
Get some bread.
Yeah.
Get out of the rain.
Yeah, come in, smell fried bread. It's like, all right, muster up some coffee, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
For Pecos Valley News Updates, I'm Jared Cirillo. The New Mexico Department of Health's public health offices in the southeastern part of the state are closed today in Chavez, Curry, DeBaca, Eddy, Lee, Lincoln, Quay, and Roosevelt counties. All of the officers are scheduled to resume normal business hours on Thursday. For service questions or to make appointments, you can call NMDOH at 833-SW-NURSE. A man and woman were injured in a shooting incident late Monday in Roswell. RPD says the incident happened in the 1000 block of South Michigan Avenue. Nearby officers heard the gunshots and responded. One officer noted a vehicle speeding away from the scene and pulled over the driver, who said his 2 passengers were injured. Paramedics responded and transported the man and woman to a hospital. The injured man, Angelo Daniel Duran, was later treated and released. He was arrested and booked for aggravated assault, shooting at a dwelling, attempted aggravated burglary, and criminal damage to property. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a little bit of sunshine today. We could get a shower or thunderstorm, though. We'll be in the mid-80s. Overnight, slight chance of a shower and down to 60. And then it looks about the same for Thursdays. Some moist air hanging around. That'll be enough to kick off some showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. We're in the mid-80s. Slight chance of a shower Friday, partly sunny, low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Still burning cash on posters that get tattered, tired, and tossed? Turn heads with vibrant LED posters from DSI. Plug and play with custom updatable graphics. Showcase a single showstopper or link several for a seamless video wall. For over 27 years, DSI has helped New Mexico businesses communicate smarter with printers, IT support, AV, and more. Ready to elevate your message and cut costs? Call 888-386-7834 or visit dsinm.com today.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The NMMI Colts moved to 4-5 on the boys soccer season. Last night, defeating Goddard by a score of 2-1. Goddard falls to 2-11 on the year. And we got some volleyball scores to pass along to you. Roswell last night, unfortunately, lost to Alamogordo 3-0. It's been kind of tough for the Coyotes this year. They're now 1-8 on Saturday. Besides losing to Mayfield 3-1, they also fell to Goddard by a 3-0 count. Hey, those two teams are going to hook up again pretty soon. That's tomorrow. In fact, Goddard at Roswell volleyball. Goddard at the Zia Classic over the weekend defeated Oregon Mountain 3-1, as well as that shutout victory over Roswell. And last night, Dexter moves to 7-1, defeating Hagerman by a 3-0 count. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Wall Street's 3 main stock indexes ended lower in choppy trading on Tuesday as caution set in ahead of an anticipated interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve. U.S. online sales growth during the 2025 holiday season is expected to slow from last year as price-conscious shoppers stay picky with their spending, according to a Salesforce forecast released on Tuesday. Shoppers increased their spending at a better-than-expected pace in August from July. That was helped by back-to-school shopping. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby says his company will not bid for bankrupt Spirit Airlines assets if they become available. Spirit filed for bankruptcy protection last month for the second time in a year. Federal auto safety regulators opened an investigation into possible defects in Tesla doors that have reportedly left parents with children trapped in the back seats and forced to break windows to get them out. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Ready, set, hurry on down to Tate Branch Roswell, where we finish first. Experience the Tate Branch difference here at Tate Branch Roswell, where business is done the Tate Branch way with honesty and integrity to deliver an exceptional customer experience. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are priced to move and are backed with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's all backed by friendly, hometown customer service that puts you first every time. So don't wait. Head on down to Tate Branch Roswell right here at 2000 West 2nd Street and drive home happy today. Tate Branch Roswell. Come experience the world-class experience you have been waiting for.
Chris Stegall is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. They're getting the royal treatment, and nobody does it better than the Brits. President Trump and the First Lady have been welcomed to Windsor Castle by the royals, including King Charles and Queen Camilla.
When Donald Trump arrived at the U.S. ambassador's residence in London last night, he could hardly contain his excitement. He said the UK was a great place, a special place that warmed his heart. He said he was looking forward to meeting the King, who he said had been a friend of his for a long time.
That's BBC's James Landale. After a day of royal pomp, Mr. Trump will hold talks tomorrow with Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who will be touting a new multi-billion-dollar UK-US tech deal. Charlie Kirk's accused assassin faces a number of charges, including aggravated murder. The 22-year-old, Tyler Robinson, had his first court appearance yesterday.
County Attorney Jeff Gray outlining evidence, including a text message confession to the suspect's partner and a note saying he had the opportunity to kill one of the nation's leading conservative voices and was going to take it.
Because the defendant is believed to have targeted Charlie Kirk based on Charlie Kirk's political expression and did so knowing that children were present and would witness the homicide.
The charges mean the 22-year-old could face the death penalty. I'm Julie Walker.
The FBI director says the Bureau finally has its priorities back in order.
Under this administration, the FBI has arrested more than 23,000 violent criminals. That's more than twice for the same time period from last year alone. 23,000. More than twice from the same time period last year.
FBI Chief Kash Patel before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Watching Wall Street, Dow up 293 points, NASDAQ 71 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
And Taliban leader.
It's the first time a ban of this kind has been imposed since the Taliban seized power in August 2021. It leaves government offices, the private sector, public institutions and homes in the northern Balkh province without Wi-Fi. Mobile internet remains functional, however. The official explained the measure has been taken to prevent poor morals, and an alternative will be built within the country for necessities. It's not known if the shutdown is going to be spread to other provinces.
Correspondent Charles de Ledesma. Pope Leo has told the new U.S. ambassador to the Vatican that he is praying for the late Charlie Kirk and for his wife and children. A Vatican official says Leo made the comments as he received Ambassador Brian Birch in an audience to receive his credentials. Leo also expressed concern about political violence, spoke of the need to refrain from rhetoric and exploitation. News and analysis, townhall.com. Parents of teenagers who died by suicide after interacting with AI chatbots
testified before Congress.
The parents of 16-year-old Adam Rain of California and 14-year-old Sewell Setzer of Florida were speaking at a Senate hearing about the dangers of AI chatbots. Rain's family sued OpenAI last month, claiming ChatGPT played a role in Adam's suicide in April. Setzer's family sued Character Technologies, alleging its chatbot contributed to the boy's death. OpenAI announced new safeguards for teens ahead of the hearing. The Federal Trade Commission has also launched an inquiry into potential harms to children using AI chatbots. Keith Peters, Washington.
Georgia Secretary of State Republican Brad Raffensperger says he's running for governor next year. He joins Burt Jones and Attorney General Chris Carr. They're already seeking the GOP nomination. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Tabaluchin, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
La Deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy middle of the week.
Yes, welcome to it.
'Tis Wednesday. I see a little blue now.
A little bit of blue peeking through, a little bit of gray coming your way over on this side.
The clouds are parting a bit.
I love a good rhyme.
Yeah.
My dad used to say, what was the phrase? I'm a poet and didn't know it,
That's
but
right.
my feet sure show it. They're long fellers. That's how he always used to finish that. I like
Nice.
that, yeah.
You went the extra mile.
That's right.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace.
I do enjoy a good, old saying. Yeah. Poet didn't know it.
I watched a whole thing yesterday about idioms, like where they come from. Like, by the skin of your teeth is literally from a Bible verse that Peter, I think he says he escaped by the skin upon his teeth or something like that.
Okay.
It's like teeth don't have skin, so that sentence has never made any sense.
Well, I don't know if they brushed their teeth as much back then, so maybe it was like plaque buildup.
But that could be like the fur of your teeth at that point. Made it just out by the wool of my teeth. You should probably go wash those there, Seamus.
They call plaque skin back then. I don't know. But that's my plausible thing, You eating, breads and whatnot, gets a funk on there.
That was actually kind of funny that came up because that was another one, was skin in the game.
Yeah.
I don't have any skin in the game. And that came from fur traders back in the day who would trade furs, but
pelts,
also animal skins. Yes.
Yeah, pelts and what have you.
And some people, they didn't have any involvement in that. So I ain't got no skin in the game.
That's right. It makes sense. Yeah, generally speaking, all of those colloquialisms or whatever, they do have darker origin.
Yeah.
Usually. They just, same with children's rhymes. Ring around the roses, pocketbook, that's all.
Right.
The plague and
That was the
whatnot,
plague, I think. Yeah, there's that. And then if you ever dive into like the Grimm brothers, they're like
the Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, the Brothers Grimm. Their stories, like their allegories or whatever, that became essentially fairy tales that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Those are dark. Like, there's a whole thing about how I'm trying to think of one offhand.
All of our cartoons were dark and
like The original Pinocchio is super duper dark.
Well, Hansel and Gretel's dark.
Hansel and Gretel's another great example. Yeah. I just can't think of any offhand.
I remember watching some of the Looney Tunes from I think they were probably done in the 50s. I was seeing them in the 70s. And that stuff with like Porky Pig and there was some dark like stuff with the devil and all kind of stuff in there. It was kind of dark. Some of it, if I
also
remember.
Cinderella and Snow White.
Yeah.
It says it was gathered from old traditions and old manuscripts to preserve German culture and language. The tales originally intended for scholarly audiences were later edited for children and became a seminal work of Western children's literature, influencing countless authors and media.
There you go.
It's true. Absolutely. I was influenced.
Well, now it started off the 37 evil and good princesses that roam around Disneyland and Disney World at any given moment. So.
Speaking of, did you know that it is verboten in Disneyland / World to come in costume? Unless you're a kid.
I'm about to say, they could be throwing kids out because they got a princess costume.
You can wear your costumes, but adults are not allowed to dress in costume.
Huh. Good.
Yeah, right? I agree. I 100% agree. It prevents Disney adults from going and doing what they do. But what they've done in like revolt to it is they figured out a way to contextualize characters with colors. So like they'll come dressed in the colors of the character.
Right.
And it's like low-key Goofy.
Okay.
Or like, oh, I'm low-key Buzz Lightyear.
Whatever floats your boat.
It's like, if it works for you that you're wearing a green hat, that makes you feel like a member of Star Command, go for it, bud.
You want an orange T-shirt and a vest? God bless you.
You look like you pick up trash here.
Right. Hey, I dropped my Mickey cone back there. Where's the bacon on a stick booth again?
I've been watching this Max the Meat guy on YouTube, which is not as dirty as it sounds. But he was doing like different dishes throughout the centuries, and he stopped. He did like in the 80s, I think it was. He put an emphasis on pork belly because it was a huge commodity back in the 80s. It was like on the stock trade, pork belly, which one of my favorite lines ever from the movie Trading Places is it's literally the breaking of the fourth wall. It's when the brothers are standing there explaining to Eddie Murphy, pork bellies, which are used to make bacon, which you might find in a bacon and lettuce and tomato sandwich. And Eddie Murphy just looks at the camera like, still one of my favorite lines. But they were talking about pork belly, and he made this like, I only bring it up because it's been haunting my dreams ever since. He made this like 3-inch thick candied pork belly that was like mesquite and then like brown sugar in the glaze, and he made it to where it was bruleed.
Okay.
Like he put this sweet coating over it, and then he torched the whole thing, so it had this like
candy caramel
crack. You have to crack into it. This thing has haunted my dreams ever since. Like, I have to have this.
That kind of reminds me of the bacon on a stick experience at Disney.
So good.
Because it's literally that big pork belly that they bacon up and caramelize up, and it's on a stick, and you eat it, and it's thick, and
you eat it,
and it is God's gift to us.
I love that that's a step in the process, and you eat it,
and you will like it.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Well, it's a work of art. You just have to absorb it.
If I have this much unfettered meat in my hand, the only thing I could think to do is throw it on the field in an NFL game.
I ended up being like wine people with it. I'd like start smelling, then I lick it. Grease is a good year.
I'm just picturing Mike now in like the Slav like squat, just like behind like a bush
over near the Pirates of the Caribbean,
holding his a stick that once had a full piece of bacon on it now has like 2 bites left. Right. And he's using it as a spear. Wearing a loincloth for whatever reason. He came in pants.
Hey,
I don't know what happened.
You put meat on a stick, I go primal.
I just picture You feel the primal urge bubbling up, so I'm going to run over to the gift shop and see if they have a loincloth in my size.
Anything with
Excuse
horns.
me, do you have something in like a leopard print? You put it on, you immediately go feral.
I got bacon on a stick. Do you have something with horns?
Listen, they started something that they can't finish. I'm going to need some costumes.
Yeah.
Costumery here.
Where's your chalices?
Oh, what do you need a chalice for? Because tonight I will dine on the blood of your elders.
Just give me a goblin skull. That'll do.
God help it if this man ever finds our chip shop.
Right.
Today the chip shop, tomorrow Treasure Island.
Where are my Mickey pancakes?
Mike in a horned Viking helmet atop Space Mountain, just I am all that is man.
Bring me my juice. Oh yeah, but yeah, that is the one memory from all of Disney World that I'm like, that bacon thing was so good.
Bring me my Dole Whip.
Like, I remember where I was at, the time of day I saw it, everything.
That's a question.
What rides I rode, what other I don't remember none of it, but I remember going up as we were looking for the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I'm like, I'm peckish. And it was in the morning, and then I saw, that guy got bacon on a stick?
You're like, hot nuts.
Yeah.
Bacon on a stick.
Yeah. And I was like, where you been all my life?
I got to ask, though, because up until about like 5 years ago, they hadn't struck any kind of like retailer licensing deals.
Yeah.
The only way you could get your hands on the Dole Whip was by going to a Disney property or like the cruise. Did you ever indulge in a Dole Whip while you were on Disney's property?
I'm a chocolate guy.
Yeah, but these things are supposedly like world renowned.
Okay. All right.
I've had one that came from the store and it was good. I just don't feel like it was quite up to what they've made it out to be.
Yeah, maybe if I ever go back one day, I will try one. But I rather I indulge in chocolate things.
I didn't do the Dole Whip. It's funny. I went to Falls Creek Southern Baptist retreat when I was a kid / teenager, and they had the Country Time frozen lemonade stand. So that was my childhood. Was the little tubs, the little cups of the Country Time frozen lemonade.
I do remember those. Those were good.
That was my jam back in the day. But I'm genuinely curious about the Dole Whip kids that like grew up on those things.
Not my bag.
Yeah.
I wasn't really. I had my occasional
fruit.
Yeah, right.
I'm on vacation.
Occasionally, I'll get an icy or a snow cone, but I always go chocolate.
An icy or a snow cone.
Yeah,
that's fair. I'm getting my fruit for the day. It's cherry.
Right. But if I'm going ice cream, I'm going chocolate 99% of the time. I'm like, give me the fudge bar, give me the chocolate eclair, give me the mouse bar with the chocolate and the candy coating, whatever that is. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, see, I don't
want your fruit. Frozen fruit goo in a.
This might come as a surprise to you, Mike, but I was a bit of a fruity kid. I liked fruit flavors, generally speaking, more than like your chocolates and your coffees and whatnot.
The few exceptions, but occasionally I get like an Italian ice or like a Slurpee or snow cone type deal. I do like those every once in a while, but that's usually when it's like summer and hot, and I just don't want chocolate over my hands. Because I feel like fruit juice is less offensive than chocolate all over your hands. A guy walking around with red or blue hands looks a lot less threatening than a guy with brown streaks all over.
Very true. It's very true. The brown does tend to bring you down.
Just life lessons I've learned.
For added bonus points, smear it on the side of your car.
Go shake everybody's hand. All right, let's get the hour going before it gets really deep.
Like two knuckles?
Right. Using the whole fist, Doc. All right, we're going to play our interview we had with Damon Graham from Leadership Roswell Alumni Association, talking about their candidate forum with the municipal election coming up. They're having a candidate forum at the Pueblo Auditorium on September 30th. I'd love to invite the public to come out and be a part of it. We will also be streaming it live on ksvptv.com, and then, of course, we will be having it here on the radio as well, too. But we're going to play the interview with Damon Graham here in just a few moments. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather. Weather this hour is brought to you by Bob Reed Pest Control. Pest management for all of Southeast New Mexico. No job is too big or too small. Find them online at bobreedpestcontrol.com or call today 575-623-5344. Serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a little bit of sunshine today. We could get a shower or thunderstorm, though. We'll be in the mid-80s. Overnight, slight chance of a shower and down to 60. And then it looks about the same for Thursday. Some moist air hanging around. That'll be enough to kick off some showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. We're in the mid-80s. Slight chance of a shower Friday, partly sunny, low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 66 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 75%. Winds are currently out of the east at 3 miles per hour. There is a 30% chance you could see some rain after 3 o'clock today. Mostly sunny and highs in the mid-80s, 86 officially, with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 62 degrees, southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. No talk of rain, though. Thursday, though, there's a 20% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny, 86 once again for a high with south winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, there's a 20% chance at showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy, 62 for an overnight low with southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. 20% chance of rain for Friday afternoon, and mostly sunny otherwise, 87 for a high, northeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, we are looking at a 20% chance at showers till about 3 in the morning, so into the overnight hours as well. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 63. Saturday, no talk of rain, just sunny skies, warmer high of 91, and no talk of rain on Sunday, just sunny skies, 94 for a high there. So warming up a bit for the weekend. All right, it is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a 3.5-minute break, and then we'll play our interview with Damon Graham from the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association, talking about their upcoming candidate forum. That's up next. Don't go away.
Ready, set, hurry on down to Tate Branch Roswell, where we finish first. Experience the Tate Branch difference here at Tate Branch Roswell, where business is done the Tate Branch way with honesty and integrity to deliver an exceptional customer experience. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are priced to move and are backed with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's all backed by friendly, hometown customer service that puts you first every time. So don't wait. Head on down to Tate Branch Roswell right here at 2000 West 2nd Street and drive home happy today. Tate Branch Roswell. Come experience the world-class experience you have been waiting for.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, cost and ability to pay shouldn't get in the way. That's why Trans-Aero Medevac, through the generous support of the Written in Red Foundation and the PY Foundation, provide air ambulance memberships to the residents of Eddy County at no out-of-pocket cost. As an Eddy County resident, as long as you're flown by Trans-Aero Medevac, Trans-Aero will accept your insurance or third-party payment with no additional out-of-pocket expense. Best of all, as a resident of Eddy County, you're automatically enrolled, free of charge. Because when minutes matter, financial burden should be the last thing on anyone's mind. You have a choice. Be sure to request Trans-Aero, a streamlined, personal, patient, and family-friendly air ambulance service. Flown for free thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
It's one of those things we've all had on our mind. No matter how much we want to ignore it, we all know that wisdom teeth can cause pain, teeth crowding, and even infection. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Care Belly Dental. I am proud to be a part of an outstanding team who understands understands your concerns when considering wisdom teeth removal. Call us today and let our staff walk you through the process so that you are confident and prepared for your wisdom teeth removal. And don't worry, we have sedation dentistry options so that you can rest and feel at ease.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental. Call 575-622-4455.
In a medical emergency, every second counts. Artesia General Hospital's emergency department is open 24/7, staffed with highly trained professionals ready to provide life-saving care when you need it most. Don't wait. When minutes matter, trust Artesia General Hospital. Quality emergency care close to home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com.
Coach, question for you over here.
Coach, can you talk about the latest trade rumors?
Absolutely. Right now, you can get big money for your trade at Roswell Ford.
Start your season with a win at Roswell Ford. Right now, we need trades. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and run out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. With 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit with great terms, with good credit, no credit, or even if your credit is less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, more for your trade, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $28.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues for date of sale, subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Us in studio this morning today representing Leadership Roswell Alumni Association, Damon Graham back with us. Good morning, Damon.
Good morning, Mike.
How's life in your world this morning?
I am blessed. You know,
it's a lot going on, just keeping busy and doing our thing. And of course, Leadership Roswell Alumni Association. First off, if folks aren't familiar, of course, we've had Leadership Roswell on the show, talked about it too many times to count, but it is a great organization that really it helps get people leadership skills while at the same time becoming familiar with our community, learning how the sausage is made, the government, city government, county government, state government, local business, some of our other governing partners, education, everything else. People get to learn about that in a pretty much a year-long course, through which new class just started here about a month ago. Yep. And but anyway, that class has been going on for 30 plus years now. So it's formed an alumni association. That's roughly a class of 30 every year. So there's several thousand alumni, and if you've graduated from Leadership Roswell, whether it was last year or back in its inception, you are a member of the alumni. And so the association supports, their main thing is to support Leadership Roswell. They help out with some of the planning and some of the execution of the actual Leadership Roswell course. They help with scholarships and raising funds to get more opportunities for folks to be a part of Leadership Roswell. And they also have a community-driven side of it, and that really focuses on two prongs. One is youth leadership, like our teen, the yearly annual teen leadership event that partners with NIMI, and that's one of the big events that Leadership Roswell has fostered and supported over the years. The other one is really this candidate forum. And this is, they've been doing it for years. I know we have been partnering for many years, we as Pecos Valley Broadcasting, to bring these events to more people. But we got a municipal elections this fall here, and that means we got another candidate forum, and it's going to be coming up. We're just weeks away, September 30th, and it's going to be at the Pueblo Auditorium. And we've got a big race. I mean, as far as we got like 4 candidates for mayor. Just about every single ward has at least 2-horse race, some more than that. Yes. And not to mention we have school board positions, and we got a mill levy that's also a decision that's coming up on this ballot. And so the candidate forum's a real opportunity for you to learn about the people that you're going to be pulling levers for either early or on election night here.
Most definitely. And you hit all the high spots.
Yes.
this is the nonpartisan race.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of people were looking forward to or thinking that the sheriff was going to be in this race.
You know, that's next year,
Exactly.
and that is any county level positions on up. Those are partisan races. You have to be a party affiliated, or you have to announce your party affiliation to run as a candidate in one of those races. But for city level, school board level, that is nonpartisan. You have to be a registered voter. You do not have to be party registered or any, and you don't have to run on that ticket. You know, you're as a city councilor, as a mayor, as a school board member, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green Party, whatever you are, doesn't matter.
Right. And this is, like you said, this is a huge race with the mayoral, city council, school board. We had 27, 28 that made the cutoff point to throw their name in the hat. And since then, we've had 3 to 4 back out. So we currently have 24 actively running.
Oh, great.
And fortunately, we've had 20 actually RSVP for the candidate forum.
Excellent. And that's great to hear that they're doing that. And to be honest, it's two volume. One is, it's great that you guys are doing this and these folks are stepping up to let people hear what they have to say. But the other part is these candidates understand the value of what Leadership Roswell alumni has been doing with this forum for over the years. And I imagine there's probably quite a few of some of these candidates I'm not touching, but LRAA, that's a fair, balanced, great opportunity for me to showcase what I have to say and allow people to make their own decisions on whether I'm the right candidate or not.
It really is. And, you know, the forum has been going on 20 plus years, or 20 plus times.
Yes.
I think it's pushing 28, but I forget. Rick would know.
Rick would have all the stats
he
on
would
that.
Have all the stats. In fact, he told me, and it slipped through. But ultimately, what it comes down to is this is a platform. This is the forum. It's not a debate.
Mm-hmm.
It is designed to extract information from the candidates so the public can actually get a feel for who's running, what they stand for, how, dig into them. Because a lot of times that isn't possible. They don't get the opportunity. The public doesn't get an opportunity to see who's actually running. And if they show up to vote, they look at the card and they're like, oh, well, I recognize that name from that many signs. Well, that's an uninformed way to vote.
This is not American Idol.
No, it's not a popularity contest.
Yeah.
And there's decisions that are made at all 3 of those levels that need consideration. You need to actually be involved in it.
Absolutely.
And the last couple of times that we've had large turnouts at our forum, the overall voter turnout has increased.
Kind of an indicator, yeah.
It is, even though, and this is definitely a plug for everybody to get off their butts, our voter turnout is horrendous in these elections.
It is, yes. There's obviously certain wards always do bigger numbers than other wards, but I will tell you, I've seen the numbers from past elections, and a dozen or less votes separate winners from losers in some of these, especially, and I'm telling you right now, Ward 5 is usually one of the traditionally lower number voter turnout wards. And those races for city council, I've seen literally 4 or 5 votes separate the winner from the not winner in that race. And so your votes are very, very valuable. And this is what I love about this too, is this level of election, the municipal election, these are citizens. These aren't professional politicians. I mean, sure, there might be 1 or 2 that maybe they have aspirations a day of being a governor or something like that. But for the most part, these people live in your neighborhood. They're your church leaders, they're your business leaders, they're the guys you see at lunch, the folks you see when you're out at the park or when you're at the grocery store or whatever. These are your neighbors. And this is an opportunity to learn about them other than, well, he has a nice yard and he's a nice guy and his kids are great over in the soccer team or whatever. That's what we know mostly about the folks we know. But how do they feel about city government as far as involvement? What do they think about roads? What do they think about, housing and some of the other issues, crime, some of the things that we as citizens of this community deal with on a daily basis? Hear what they have to say about that. Do they have answers that jive with what you believe in, or do they sound like they have no clue what they're talking about? And at this level, you're dealing with not polished professional politicians. You're dealing with people that just have a passion and an interest like you. Yep. And so you don't know anything about them until you hear what they have to say. And so I know what the Leadership Roswell Alumni Committee, the group that designed the questions and go through, they do a really bang-up job of trying to give people and ask questions that give the audience an overall insight on how these candidates think and operate. And that's really what we're trying to figure out here. It's not so much on do they like blue or green or red or blue. They, when you give them a problem, how do they handle the problem? Do they handle it well? Do they get messed up with it? And that's what this is about, because at the end of the day, you want people that are going to make smart decisions for you. And how are you going to know that? If all you know that they mixed their green and red signs very well together. They did a nice job of color coordinating their signs, or they're always so nice at church, or whatever it is. That's a start, but that doesn't. You might find out you have no political agreements whatsoever with them, that everything that you stand for and they stand for aren't the same. And that's what this forum's about, to learn that kind of stuff.
It really is. And I've helped for 6+ different forums, and it's amazing to see when they actually get up there and they're asked the questions. And of course we don't get controversial. Mm-hmm. But what we try to do with the questions is to dig some of those idiosyncrasies out. Sure. Find out, what is their grassroots? Because ultimately that's going to tell how they're going to approach different scenarios.
Absolutely.
And to see some of them that I've seen in the past, you have a preconceived notion that this person's going to do really well. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing sometimes they don't.
Sure.
Because when they get in a position where they're speaking in front of, a couple hundred people, and, KSVP covers it, which appreciate that, Mike, by the way. They put it out on the radio and, and the advertisement and everything. And some of these candidates get in front of that and they freeze up.
It's intimidating. It absolutely.
Does.
Yeah.
And that's not that that's a telltale sign of how they're going to vote or what they're going to represent.
Sure.
But it does make a difference.
Well, and let's face it, I don't care what elected position you're running for, there's pressure on that person. There just is. It's an elected position. You are doing the will of the people. And anytime you're asked to do the will of the people, not all of the people are going to be happy. And so you're going to have to deal with the pressures of what that brings sometimes. And now, that being said, we do have a good community, and for every weird knucklehead, 90% are pretty much down the middle, or down into being adults and acting normal and, being tough and poignant, but not being ridiculous or being hateful or hurtful. But politicians deal with that kind of stuff sometimes. It's just the nature of the beast. And how thick's their skin? Anybody's been on a Facebook page. If you're I don't care what city council you are, what elected official, you've took some shrapnel on social media at some point or another. How do you handle that kind of stuff?
Exactly, because you're seeing a whole lot of social media right now with all the current events, and positive or negative, it comes out.
It does,
and you're not wrong. Everybody, if you post something out there, there's going to be an opposition, and it's so easily accessible to hide behind a keyboard and lob grenades at you. Mm-hmm. So that kind of thing's going to happen. How are you going to react to it?
Absolutely. And, now, granted, we're not dealing with the scale of which a lot of these, but still, we're small town. Yep. And you know how that works.
Yep.
Everybody knows everybody, and everybody knows a thing, and then there's always did you hear about the thing with the thing and the thing? And you know how it is. It's the scuttlebutt. Yes. And that happens. And it happens just as much here in Roswell as it does in Washington, D.C.
Without a doubt.
And so how do they deal with that kind of stuff? And to be honest, a lot of it's true is, because we get at a level where it is average, everyday citizens. They may have ideas, but do they understand how the government's run? That's part of the battle, too. I have a lot of ideas, but if you don't know how government works and how the process works and how the game is played, your ideas don't mean anything if you don't know how to execute them in a government fashion. And that's a lot of stuff. Because, I mean, I can get up there and say, I want to lower crime. Delightful. How do we do that within the letter of the law?
and is the position that you're running for capable of making any kind of impact?
And that's another thing, too. I don't know how many times I've interviewed folks, and they'll be running for county commissioner. And then they talk about city issues, and they'll be saying, you know, well, I want them to fix the street lights. Like, where do you live? I live. It's like, that's a city thing. Your county commissioner can't help you there. And so you got to understand, do the people that are running for these office understand what the office is? And God bless people for wanting to step up and be a part of it. But you got to come in knowing what you're doing a little bit. You just can't roll in blind like to say you can't roll out of bed and say I want to be president one day.
Right.
I mean, you can say that, but to actually execute it's a whole nother. You can't just say I'm going to run for city council without understanding what a city councilor does,
right,
and what it means.
And you know, we've had that simple of a question before.
Yeah.
What is the scope of the position that you're running for?
Yeah.
What can you influence?
Yeah.
Because there was several years back there was a candidate, and he was just that. Mm-hmm. Saying, I want to change this and this and this. And it was completely out of the scope of what he was running for.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we called him out. Said, do you understand the scope of your position and what is it? And talk about deer in the headlight.
Yeah. Well, but that's just it. There's, you know, and I understand that, you know, city council, commanding commissioner, some of these entry level political positions, they do usually come with some kind of training crash course. Usually, I think all of our city councilors, all of our county commissioners, they go to like retreats and things that kind of learn what a city councilor is. But, you know, that to me
should be beforehand.
This is starting to sound like the Nancy Pelosi, we got to pass the bill to know what's in it kind of statement. And I'm like, nah.
It should be a prerequisite to them being able to run.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, you know, if I'm running for CEO of a Fortune 500 company, that interview, I don't get to ask what the job is. I got to know, you know. I mean, yes, they might, you know, ask the minute, okay, what's some of the numbers you're wanting me to hit and things, but at the end of the day, you got to know how to run a company.
Exactly.
You got to come with your vision on how you come to run the company, and that's part of that. You know, and that's something. And please, if you're one of our candidates that are registered for this upcoming election, whether school board or city council or mayor race, and you've not reached out to the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association yet, please reach out. Trust me, this, if you really are seeking office and you're looking for an opportunity to be heard, to be seen in an unbiased, it's what you put out there. It's you. Everything that's going to happen is you. You get to control what you put out there. This is a great opportunity to do that.
It really is. And as great as it is to have, 20 out of 24 already participating, I'm going to call out the other 4.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call them by name, but just think of the impact that you're not going to have and your opponent will have because they're there.
You owe it to the people that told you to run for office.
Yeah.
If you're not going to give it your full try, and to be honest, if you're not going to participate, I feel like you're not giving 100% effort.
Yeah. And understandable if you've got prior commitments to something that,
sure.
But
absolutely. Things happen.
If you're just dodging it to dodge it, I would call you out on that one as well. We have progressively every year increased the number of people that show up.
Yeah.
And I highly encourage anybody that has the ability to vote to not only vote, but to show up to the forum.
Absolutely.
September 30th, Pueblo Auditorium. Doors are going to open at 5:30. Each of the candidates is going to have the ability to have some of their paraphernalia out, and they should be available before it starts.
Yeah, you get a chance to talk to folks as they're coming in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, the night will progress, and each one of them will, in their wards or in their class will be put up on stage, and they'll be asked the question, and they'll have plenty of opportunity.
Usually they get, 3 to 4 questions each. And
typically, depending upon time frame.
I'm about to say, we got a big group this year, so it might have to go a little, because we don't want to be there till 2 in the morning doing this.
Typically, we try to wrap it up by 9-ish.
Yeah.
Get started around 6, asking questions. After this opening
like I said,
ceremonies.
we got like a 4 race for mayor. Some of these city council seats have 3 and 4 candidates as well too. So it's going to take a minute for a few of these to get everyone that chance. But it's good stuff. And of course we'd love to. And if you can't be there in person, please watch it on KSVP TV. We'll have a candidate forum channel. As we get closer to the date, I'll give you the more details on that. But that being said, if you're able to be at the Pueblo Auditorium on September 30th, I highly recommend you got to button that audience there. They just remodeled the place. Looks beautiful now, so give you an excuse to go out there and check it out.
Climate control.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that's going to make hooking up audio and things just a little bit easier this time.
I hope so. I know you had some challenges in the past, just dealing with antiquated.
So I'm hoping with the update and technology there that might make things a little more smooth in that opportunity. But chance to see the beautiful renovations there. But you get to see everything because our cameras really only show the stage and the candidates and things, and sometimes depending if we're spotlighting, you don't see the panel, you just see who's ever talking. So you miss the ambiance. You miss other candidates' reactions. You get like someone will say something, someone on this end of the table gives the guffaw or whatever. You don't always catch it on there, but you're in the audience, you see all that stuff, and that's what comes out of someone's mouth is what they cue and gesture and give as non-verbal communications are equally as important as what actually comes out of their pie hole sometimes.
It is. So. And not to mention just having the other people that you're around there at the forum. You during a break, you able to visit with others.
That's
from,
right.
Different wards or within your ward.
Absolutely.
And discuss, they talked about this or they didn't talk about this, and this is definitely something that I want to hear about.
If we missed one of your areas of concern, you get to ask it yourself either before or maybe afterwards there and catch them a little bit.
Catch the candidate.
There'll be snacks and things, so they're planning on working some food and things for folks to have available during the event and stuff too. So
limited on that for the public, just simply because they won't allow anything inside the auditorium.
Makes sense. They got they just spent a lot of money fixing that place up. Last thing I want to do is traiping pizza through there.
Exactly. So that we're very limited on that.
But probably water and stuff and light refreshments. You'd be able to get a little cookie or something and things like that. And
that kind of thing. And the candidates, we do a little bit more for them, but when they're back in the green room.
Yeah.
But as far as the public, we do have, at least some waters and some things like that.
You're doing, sometimes you do door prizes and stuff. Is there any of that this year?
I'm not certain.
Okay, they're working on that.
We're working on different things, different aspects.
Sometimes, if anybody wants to donate a gift basket, they can draw it in.
Certainly,
they'll take it off your hands. But the big things we need to note is September 30th. Like I said, doors open at 5:30. Everything's getting underway about 6.
About 6.
And we will tune in at 6 o'clock on KSVPTV.com. There will be a Leadership Roswell Alumni Association candidate forum channel that you'll go right to on there. So it'll be right there next to your Coyote and Got a Rocket channels and the morning show channels. And then click on that at 6 o'clock. That'll open up, and then we will air everything there for you. But like I said, if you can get there, doors open at 5:30. Come see the new Pueblo. Come hear, see, talk to candidates face to face before and after, and learn, understand. So if you either early vote or if you're a traditionalist and go on election day to vote, that when you're filling in those ovals, you're filling in for the people that you fully know and understand that those are your right choices as your next city councilors, mayor, and school board members here. That's
and we effectively placed the timing of it prior to early voting.
Yeah.
That way, you didn't go down and do early voting and then this come up and then you're like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Can I change my vote?
Yeah, I learned some things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we purposely make sure that the forum is prior to early voting so that everybody's fully informed.
Absolutely. And please. And then, of course, be there live, but I would do both. And then, of course, it will be available on demand afterwards. So throughout if you need to go back and reference or anything, because that comes up too a lot. I could have sworn I heard him say this, and this. Right. You can actually go back and see exactly what was said right there on the video there. So it's really a useful tool when it to help you decide who are the right people. Because and to be honest, at this level, we really don't have the many opportunities. Like for president and everything else, you can't turn on a TV without finding out information or open it. Here you got to dig. Roswell Daily Record does a good job of stuff. We're working with you guys on some of this. There's a few other entities that do things like this. Go to all of them. Support all of them. When the paper does their stuff, read all that, hear what they have to say there. What you see and hear coming out of the candidate forum here September 30th, to use that as well as information and use that as your overall encompassing good picture of that way. When you walk in here in November to vote, you're like, this is easy. I've got it down. I've been studying. I know exactly who I want for mayor, who I want for my city councilor, and who I want representing me on that school board here.
Exactly. And the mayoral race with 4 candidates running, I don't think that's happened.
It's been a minute. We've had a few 3s.
Right.
But not 4.
Not 4.
And that kind of, and here's something else I like too. Just big picture. There are so many new names and faces in the whole collection of running for mayor. I mean, there's a lot of new people, and that's, to me, is amazingly good. That's this like I've been years, and sometimes you don't even have a choice. There's one person running, and now, I mean, 2's the bare minimum. Most have 3 or 4. I think only one ward has 2, and I think the rest are 3 or up. Wow. And that is good news. That's not bad news. That means people care about their community. People get, and this is why we have the candidate forum. Now we separate who's just, getting involved with no clear direction and who's got some direction here. That's what we got to learn next.
Exactly.
Just because we have a lot of people doesn't mean that's overall good. In the big picture of, yes, there's interest, there's things, but as far as getting quality, just a few more people we got to sift through to find that quality. But
definitely so, and the forum actually, I think, brings that to
absolutely
to the surface. Thank you for stepping up and wanting to run, but if you don't have a platform to run on, or you don't have a basis for it, if you're doing it for your own self gratification,
you got to give us a reason to vote for you.
Yeah,
that's it. The tables have turned where you decided you want to step up and help us. We appreciate it, but now we need to know. Okay, are you the right person to help us? Are you going to help us? Do you know what you're doing? And let's face it, some of the stuff we're talking about here is not controversial talk as far as. We're not talking philosophical and when's birth in, and we're not talking about that. We're talking about, is my water coming on? Why is my road not working? Or why, hey, wait a minute, how come this business isn't setting up shop in our community? How come, that's the type of stuff we're talking about. It's infrastructure stuff. It's growth opportunities. These are the questions you want to ask these folks, because that's what they're in charge of.
Sure.
Why is it these roads aren't being fixed? Okay, let's find out. That's what these folks are running for, to do these things. And city council, and let's face it, the city of Roswell is a very unique city of 50,000. We have landfills and airports and infrastructure that many towns of its size do not have to deal with.
Right.
And with that involved, so a lot of the decisions that city councilors and these folks they're not making sexy decisions. It's necessary to keep the water flowing and the garbage contained and the roads looking like roads still. That's
some of the questions that I've got that I would like to see answered, even though I don't live in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But when the funds start rolling in from the air races,
where's it going?
Where's it going? How's it going to be spent? What are the plans for it?
Absolutely.
Because, I'm an economist and I look at things a little bit different than a lot of people. And when you look at the economic impact that the air races have had in Reno over the past 60 years,
mm-hmm.
and certainly it's going to take a little while to get to that level here.
Sure.
But when it does, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Well, you can't wait until it's happening and it's on top of you.
Exactly. The investment in infrastructure and things need to be now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because that's going to turn over and create more desire for more people to come here.
Absolutely.
If they have an inviting atmosphere.
Sure.
And they don't fall in potholes as they're driving out to the air races.
We can draw 1 million people, but if you can only handle 50, because the roads aren't adequate and the parking's not adequate and the space ain't adequate and there's a
services,
problem.
The different services, shuttle or whatever it be.
And that's so how do we take this money
exactly
that we're gathering from it and invest it back into the product? And that's kind of where, what we need to talk about. But again, candidate forum, that's what it's all about. September 30th. At the Pueblo Auditorium, which is the admin building for the Roswell Independent School District here downtown. 6 p.m. is when the forum starts. Doors open at 5:30. We're going to have candidates from all of the races, from every of the 5 city council wards, mayoral race and school board race. I think they'll probably have someone representing Mill Levy to talk on that as well, too, because that'll be another decision people have to make come November here. Right. KSVPTV.com. We'll have live streaming and on demand. We'll also have it live here on the radio on 106.5. But if you can be at the Pueblo September 30th, doors open at 5:30. That's your best bet. And be there, hear the candidates. And if you have not, and if you're a candidate and you've not reached out to the Alumni Association yet, please get in touch with Damon or any of the other, Patrick Smith or any of the other alumni, and they will get you signed up here. So.
And I'll do a plug right now. If there are some alum that would like to help volunteer that night,
they need tables set up, moving
tables
chairs,
set up, and moving candidates from here to there, making sure the hospitality room is going, all those different things. And in addition to that, if you are an alum, and like Mike said earlier, we've got 1,000+ alum, and you are not involved, please reach out. Go to our Facebook. Drop a comment to...
Get involved whenever you can.
Yeah. Drop your name, number, email address, so that way we can put you on our list that you can be contacted. You can participate on the committees, whether it's for the forum, the teen leadership, or the annual...
Remember all that stuff you learned when you were going through Leadership Roswell, whether it was a year or two or several years ago?
Exactly. And, and Rick has the statistic of how many candidate forums we've had and how many of those participants were former Leadership Roswell.
I know you and I have seen multiple classmates on that stage up there at one point or another, and that's great to see. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you'll see a few more here on September 30th.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I'm thinking of the list. I can remember at least 1 or 2 on there.
I can think of at least 4.
Yeah, and I'm just going off the top of my head here. Yeah, so it's a good thing. Please, Leadership Roswell and alum, get involved. Come out the 30th. Talk with Damon, Patrick, any of the alumni. If you want to get more involved, they have monthly meetings, and they're always getting ready for, like I said, teen leadership or this or scholarships or raising money or whatever is needed at the time. So
Most
good
definitely.
deal. Well, thank you, Damon, as always.
Thank you.
And we'll see you here next time. And again, if anybody has any questions, don't hesitate. Leadership Roswell Alumni Association Facebook page. Just search for that, type that in, and you can shoot a message and someone will answer your question and get back to you. So,
certainly.
Good deal. Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
With your Pecos Valley News Updates, I'm Jared Cirillo. The New Mexico Department of Health's public health offices in the southeastern part of the state are closed today in Chavez, Curry, DeBaca, Eddy, Lee, Lincoln, Quay, and Roosevelt counties. All of the officers are scheduled to resume normal business hours on Thursday. For service questions or to make appointments, you can call NMDOH at 833-SW-NURSE. A man and woman were injured in a shooting incident late Monday in Roswell. RPD says the incident happened in the 1000 block of South Michigan Avenue. Nearby officers heard the gunshots and responded. One officer noted a vehicle speeding away from the scene and pulled over the driver, who said his 2 passengers were injured. Paramedics responded and transported the man and woman to a hospital. The injured man, Angelo Daniel Duran, was later treated and released. He was arrested and booked for aggravated assault, shooting at a dwelling, attempted aggravated burglary, and criminal damage to property. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. The NMMI Colts moved to 4-5 on the boys soccer season. Last night, defeating Goddard by a score of 2-1. Goddard falls to 2-11 on the year. And we got some volleyball scores to pass along to you. Roswell last night, unfortunately, lost to Alamogordo 3-0. It's been kind of tough for the Coyotes this year. They're now 1-8 on Saturday. Besides losing to Mayfield 3-1, they also fell to Goddard by a 3-0 count. Hey, those two teams are going to hook up again pretty soon. That's tomorrow. In fact, Goddard at Roswell volleyball. Goddard at the Zia Classic over the weekend defeated Oregon Mountain 3-1, as well as that shutout victory over Roswell. And last night, Dexter moves to 7-1, defeating Hagerman by a 3-0 count. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a little bit of sunshine today. We could get a shower or thunderstorm, though. We'll be in the mid-80s. Overnight, slight chance of a shower and down to 60. And then it looks about the same for Thursdays. Some moist air hanging around. That'll be enough to kick off some showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. We're in the mid-80s. Slight chance of a shower Friday, partly sunny, low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
September is Global Caring Month, and the dedicated Ford dealers across the country are conducting the world's largest food drive. Help Roswell Ford collect 400 pounds of food. They're loading up a pickup full of non-perishable food items and donating it locally to the Assurance Home. The Assurance Home helps at-risk and homeless teens between 12 and 18 years of age. Donate now through September 25th. The goal is 400 pounds of food, but we can do better. Let's fill that truck. Drop off your donation today at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main.
Talk radio has landed on the all-new 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
FBI Director Kash Patel back on Capitol Hill this evening. Following yesterday's contentious hearing in the Senate, Patel crossed swords with Democrats Adam Schiff and Cory Booker. Today, Patel is before lawmakers in the House. Authorities have detained the suspected driver of a vehicle that rammed the gate of the FBI's Pittsburgh field office early today, tossing an American flag over the gate before taking off.
The FBI says as they consider the incident a targeted attack, no one was hurt. Assistant Special Agent Christopher Giordano told reporters in Pittsburgh that the car appeared to have some sort of message on one of the side windows and that the man was no stranger to the FBI. Giordano said he did come here to the FBI field office a few weeks ago to make a complaint that didn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm Julie Walker.
Windsor Castle, a focus of today's historic state visit to England by President Trump and the First Lady. Correspondent Danica Kirkus says they've been welcomed to the royal estate by King Charles and Queen Camilla.
The state banquet on Wednesday night promises to be an absolute unforgettable affair for the 160 people who are going to be lucky enough to sit around a huge mahogany table the size of half of an American football field to get a chance to see pomp and ceremony at its very best. There'll be tiaras, there'll be diamonds, there will be decorations.
Tomorrow, President Trump gets down to business. He'll meet with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer at Chequers. Aggravated murder among the charges lodged against the accused assassin of Charlie Kirk. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson could be sentenced to death if he's convicted. In court yesterday, prosecutors spelled out the evidence they have collected so far. On Wall Street, the Dow trading more than 200 points higher, the Nasdaq down 100. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, it's Mike Gallagher, host of the Mike
Everybody
Gallagher
wants
Show.
cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Maker is breaking ground for a new plant amid a somewhat weaker marketplace.
Rivian believes its vehicles are superior, and company leaders are expressing confidence they'll succeed even without environmental and tax incentives. The California-based company has yet to turn a profit, and as of September 30th, electric vehicle buyers will no longer qualify for a $7,500 tax credit. Still, Rivian's going ahead with the groundbreaking for a $5 billion electric vehicle plant in Georgia, adding to its current production plant in Illinois. I'm Ben Thomas.
Aid workers managed to save thousands of priceless archaeological artifacts in Gaza from destruction last week after Israel targeted a warehouse where they were being stored. The Israeli military says Hamas had used the building for intelligence gathering. It contained items from over 25 years of excavations, including from a 4th century Byzantine monastery. Townhall.com. It's a major recall at Costco.
The company is recalling bottles of store brand Prosecco because they could shatter without warning. Costco says the recall affects Kirkland's signature Prosecco Valdobayadine purchased between April 25th and August 26th. Bottles were sold in stores in Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, North Dakota, Nebraska, Ohio, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. Costco is sending letters to affected customers. Jason Walker reporting.
Israeli troops, along with tanks, have been pushing deeper into Gaza City. It marks the second day of the Israeli ground offensive against Hamas. Civilians who did not or who could not heed previous warnings from Israel to evacuate are now doing so in large numbers. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes, welcome to it.
More blue.
It's getting a little bluer out there.
Yeah,
it is.
Although there's some gray kind of mixing in with the blue.
Yeah, it's a bluish gray.
Yeah, but happy Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Could see a little rain this afternoon. We'll see.
I would hope a little bit, maybe just a little.
Yesterday we got the clouds and everything,
Yeah.
but I don't think it actually rained in town or anything, or at least not the north end. Maybe on the south end.
No, I didn't see nary a drop, but that was very nice. Have that all-day cloud cover.
Yeah, it was nice. Nice little recast.
Kept things quite nice.
Yeah, but happy Wednesday. Hope your day's going well. Like I said, could see a little rain here next. It's like not tonight, but today and like the next couple days. There's Friday, of course, football.
It's just how things work.
Which we will be covering for you Friday night. Roswell, Goddard, Artesia all in action on Friday. We'll have Coyote football for you right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and live streaming video, ksvptv.com.
Yep.
Got a Rocket football on 106.1 FM La Pantera with also live streaming video, ksvptv.com and the Goddard Rocket channel. And Artesia Bulldog football, 990 AM KSVP, which you might have trouble picking up here in Roswell because it's an AM station and at night they power down and things go staticky. So log on to ksvptv.com, click on the Bulldog channel, and you'll find the game there. So all is there.
Yes, I believe regionally, currently it's Roswell 1 seed, Artesia 2, Goddard 3, I think. Goddard's at 3 or 4.
Is it?
So we're top 5, all 3 teams. So
yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me.
Looking,
they're all pretty good.
Looking good.
All doing pretty good. Of course, I don't know. I got a feeling it's going to be another year of Roswell Artesia battling out for that blue trophy. That's just a hunch.
It's definitely been an interesting roller coaster this season for the Coyotes. It's I think they lost a very healthy amount of seniors last year.
Yeah,
and that had a really big effect. But I'll tell you, Jeff Lynn and his coaching it's second to none. So,
well, now that they're in district play, because that's weird. Because now they have a much bigger district, so it means more district opponents. As opposed to how a couple of years ago we wouldn't even look at district play till 3 games left in the season.
Right.
Now we're 3 games into the season, and then we start district play. But one thing Roswell does, and this is something Artesia does the same thing, and generally championship caliber teams do these kinds of things. They'll try to line up those non-district opponents with teams that are generally above their class, above, like Roswell's going to be shooting for 5A opponents and things like that, which that's what you saw when they're playing some of these big games early in the season.
Right.
Dang hiccups. Sorry.
I know. They're getting you.
And so it doesn't surprise me that they're going to take one on the chin at the beginning of the season. That's kind of how, that's not a bad thing.
Not at all. Yeah. That's how they learn,
Yeah.
And they got a young quarterback in the young Lynn.
Jeff's son, yeah.
Jeff's son. So it's definitely it's been quite a season.
And Goddard, of course, they're into another year into the new coach's system, which that's bringing some more.
They've definitely seen a lot more success this season.
Well, sure it is. Now that they're into a full year into the new coach program, and then now you got some returning players that have been in the system for a bit.
Yep.
That continuity does create results when in good football organizations. And that's what you're seeing with the Goddard Rockets. So
there's a reason a coach develops a plan, and and it's because he's seen it work.
Yep. So we got what? I'll give you the Alamogordo game. The Roswell had that rough game against Alamogordo. Alamogordo was basically the Goddard Rockets. A couple years ago. Again, a coach that comes in with a very good track record.
Yep.
But he basically instills his whole system, and it took Alamogordo. I think they're year 4 of his program now. It might be off a year or 2 on that, but right around there. And now you're starting to see Alamogordo representing things, and that's where I think Goddard's good now, but I think give them another year, they're going to be even better. So
I will say this: that's Coach in Alamogordo. That's
my name just went around.
No, I know it's Cisco, right?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, if it's AJ Cisco, which I'm pretty sure it is the coach for Alamogordo, he was a classmate of mine in high school. He was a part of the Roswell High School 2001 team.
Okay.
That went all the way to Piedra Vista and took state.
Okay.
I was at that game.
So
as Roland Glimbine from KBIM TV back in the day said, Don Trellmore, along with 25 seniors, never said die Saturday afternoon in Piedra Vista. Yeah, so it was.
See, I wasn't around for that part.
He was part of that team, part of that line, the Dogs.
When was that? 90?
01.
01.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was just now getting to town.
I'm sorry, it was 2000. Actually, I think it was 2000.
That's about when I was getting out of the military. Is 2000. So that was my last year in.
It was my junior year, I believe.
Okay.
Sophomore, junior.
Yeah, that was my last year in the Air Force. When I was actually, I think I was dating my wife at that time.
Nice.
She wasn't my wife yet, but
Right.
you know, someone else's wife. I'm just kidding.
She didn't know it yet, but I was going to wife her.
No, that would have been about that time. But different world then.
Mike was thinking about rings and things.
But I was in New Mexico.
Nice.
I just lived in Alamogordo then, or Holloman, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Anyways.
I did the tricks. That's when I was doing either Kim would come to Alamogordo or I would go to Roswell every weekend. And that's how that worked.
And I did that for a quick minute with somebody, and that is not a fun existence.
So I got some miles in.
I will say you do develop a certain respect and almost admiration for the open road.
From Holloman Air Force Base to my wife's apartment at the time, 2 hours, door to door. Boom,
door
boom.
to door. I love the door-to-door denotes a lot more than you think it does. Because Mike was military at the time, and to the minute timing was very important to somebody like him.
Door to door.
Door to.
I had a routine, man.
D2D.
Like that
D2D because she's G2G.
you know that Burger King that used to be in Ruidoso there on the main highway down in the as you were coming in from Alamogordo
Yep,
and that
I know
side.
exactly the one you're talking
There
about.
was a Burger King there on your right as you're just kind of coming into town from that side. I hit that almost every time. Got my chicken sandwich,
right,
and then I hit the road again to head to Roswell. So yeah, it was kind of my move back then. That's the time. That's when I was driving a old Chrysler Baron convertible back then. And
Slick.
it was a 91 LeBaron. This was in 2000. So it was about 10-year-old car.
Ragtop, hardtop?
Ragtop.
Okay.
And the speedometer stuck on it. Like it was the speedometer, like when you got up to 60, the needle just stayed there. It wouldn't necessarily come back unless I beat on the thing or something. It wouldn't fall down. And it was so I was cruising.
Do you have any idea how fast you were going?
Yeah.
You pulled to a stop. You're like, well, according to this, 65.
That's what happened. It was literally I'm going through the pass there, and I'm going at a click. I ain't gonna lie, I was moving. I knew I was doing faster than 65.
Sure.
But I don't know how fast I was going. And sure enough, I got pulled over. And the guy looks at me and goes, "You know how fast you're going?" I was like, "Well, I got a lot of lie, officer. My speedometer sticks at 65, so I don't know." And he goes, 93.
Oh, man.
I said, "Oh,
So
I didn't think I was going that
a bit
fast."
faster. Yeah, just a hair.
And then the question that saved my bacon occurred next. Because I have right on my front windshield, right in the corner, there's my DOD sticker that allows me to get on the base. You in the military, son? I heard that. I was like, oh, thank God. Yes, sir, I am.
Yes, sir, I am.
I got a warning.
Nice.
I was doing 93 and a 65.
Well,
and I got a
played.
warning. Yeah.
And props to the police department for understanding this. Mans was in a hurry.
Yeah, I was getting to my woman.
That's right.
But yeah, it was 93.
Sir, you get to her, but you get to her at a safer speed. I will, officer. I will.
Yeah, he was cool as can be, man. And he gets and to pull back the curtain, he could see that I wasn't lying about the speedometer. Like you look in, it's like, see, it's stuck, sir. Well, it still says 65. Clearly, I'm not doing 65. I'm pulled over on the side talking to you. So
You said one question, changed everything. The first question that popped into my head was, "You a pothead, doctor?"
No, he saw the DOD sticker. You in the military, son? Oh my gosh, yes, sir, I am. That didn't always work.
No, sir, I stole this car.
No. Like I didn't realize I wouldn't have stolen if I knew the speedometer stuck, sir. But
I only stole this car so I'd have a place to store this 12-pack of beer.
So he kind of put two and two together. Like, he's a broke airman in a beater car. Yeah, they're going to see. Yeah, he's trying to. Yeah, he was like, this guy ain't doing nothing.
He's D to D to G's G to G. I get it, sir. As you were.
Yep.
License and registration.
Yep. Yep. I'll never forget one time, and I was far enough out of the Alamogordo where there's not, because everybody's military there, so that doesn't work so well there.
Right.
But I remember one time, another time I got pulled over. I was in town. I was in Alamogordo, and it was a Sunday night. And on Sunday nights, we'd go over a friend of ours' house. He was a staff sergeant that lived off base, and so we'd go over there, and it used to be about 10, 15 of us, and we'd all go and they'd cook dinner and. They all watched X-Files. I could care less about X-Files. I just like home cooked food. So I hung out and to be honest, I sat there and crapped on the show. But anyway, so it was one of those Sunday nights where I was coming off that and I was like, oh, I got to be at work in an hour, and because Sunday nights I had to be at work at midnight. And this was like 9, 10 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I got to get dressed and go to work. And so I left his place, and I was kind of speeding going through town, and the guy pulled me over doing 15 over. I think 45 and a 30.
Okay.
And the cop says, is there a reason you got to hurry tonight? And I said, well, be honest, officer, I got to go to the bathroom. He looked at me and said, so you're going to risk the lives of innocent people so you could take a dump?
Well, sir, no, sir, but I wanted to make sure I had you say those words. So yes, sir.
And I was like, well, I wasn't thinking of them. I really had to, I didn't get out of that one.
Turns out I was only thinking about a few brown children and I needed to drop off at a pool.
Right. Turns out that didn't fly so much. So, and the DOD sticker did not get me out of that one. So
look it up. Watching the Brown October.
Come on, man! You got to relate. You got turtles poking out, and you got to
go. What's that from Rat Race? Prairie dog in it.
And I just have an image. I can't do it on the radio. I'll show Sean afterwards. But because there was a guy in Texaco that had a whole routine about something very similar to that. And when that guy said to me, it's all I could think of was this guy doing his bit. And it's visual, but think of things trying to escape things and just think of that visual. Like he's pulling back. And
oh my God.
That's all right. That's inside baseball, but
think Tim Robbins into Shawshank.
Yeah, he had a whole bit. He was like, "They tried to get out, get me out." He did a whole thing. It was a whole bit. So there was a whole, Actually, there was a whole inside joking thing on going to the bathroom at tech school with that guy because we'd all go to lunch together and everything because we're a flight and literally after lunch we all had the same schedule. So like 4 of us like lined up in the stalls, like 4 at a time, and we're all literally going at the same time talking. And then they called. We had code words for things like toilet paper's hockey tickets and hey, you got any hockey tickets? And then someone started calling their bathroom habits like golf shots. I think that was me. It's like,
I feel like that's me.
Well, I started like, all right, we got a par 4 today, folks. 320 yards.
I'd be the guy over in the corner adding bird sounds.
Oh, he shanks that a bit, Gene. That one's in the rough. Yeah, we did a lot of that in tech school. Military humor is different. I've just got to tell you that. That's smelling to high heaven.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I would just hold one's breath at that point. Just be like, let's get through this.
We did dumb things when we were young, and that was for entertainment.
This is what we did before short form internet.
That's right. We didn't have internet. It's true. All right, we're going to play our interview we had with the Chaves County Extension Office talking about fair and ice cream. If you're still into food after that conversation.
Soft serve.
I love fudge. It's 9:21. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a little bit of sunshine today. We could get a shower or thunderstorm, though. We'll be in the mid-80s. Overnight, slight chance of a shower and down to 60. And then it looks about the same for Thursdays. Some moist air hanging around. That'll be enough to kick off some showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. We're in the mid-80s. Slight chance of a shower Friday, partly sunny, low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 70 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 64%. Winds currently out of the south at 8 miles per hour. We are looking at a 30% chance at some showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. this afternoon. Otherwise, mostly sunny and a high of 86 expected with south winds at around 10 miles per hour. Cloudy skies for tonight, but no talk of rain. Overnight low is 62. Southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. 20% chance at afternoon showers for you Thursday. Mostly sunny otherwise with highs once again right around 86. Winds will be out of the south at 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, we're looking at a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy, 62 for an overnight low. Southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. 20% chance of rain for Friday for the afternoon. Mostly sunny, 87 for a high. Northeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, we are looking at a 30% chance of showers, and that could continue into the overnight hours. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 63 degrees. And then that's it for the rain after Friday night. They're saying sunny and 91 for Saturday, sunny and 94 on Sunday. All right, 23 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and take about a 3.5-minute break, and then we'll play our interview with Tamara Schubert and Katie Wright from the Chaves County Extension Office, talking about Eastern New Mexico State Fair, talking about extension clubs, talking about 4-H, talking about Christmas Showcase, all kinds of stuff. So that's coming up next. Don't go away.
Coach, question for you over here.
Coach, can you talk about the latest trade rumors?
Absolutely. Right now, you can get big money for your trade at Roswell Ford.
Start your season with a win at Roswell Ford. Right now, we need trades. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. With 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit with great terms, with good credit, no credit, or even if your credit is less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, more for your trade, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $28.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Bush Appliance presents Adventures with Spinal Tap.
Look at this one right here. It's on. Working all the time.
I mean, yeah, it's a Frigidaire fridge.
Well, when you don't want to worry about all the mucky muck. Yeah. Now look, this one right here, this is special too. Still got the old tagger on it. It's never been used.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have to put those tags on there.
Don't touch it.
I wasn't going to touch it.
No, don't touch it.
Look, I was just pointing at it, okay?
Well, don't point even.
Don't even point? Can I look at it?
No, you've seen enough of that one.
This has been Adventures in Spinal Tap, brought to you by Bush Appliance. Who you going to call? Bush Appliance in Roswell. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390. We could be at 110 West Country Club Road, but our address goes to 11.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Jennifer here at Trustmark Roofing and Windows. And did you know that we get a bunch of service calls per year from people who didn't even hire us? That means they originally hired someone else to replace their roof, windows, or gutters. Then later, when a problem popped up, they tried to call their contractor back to help, only to find out that the contractor has ceased to exist. They're gone, done, out of state, out of business. At Trustmark Roofing and Windows, we have serviced southeastern New Mexico for 20 years. As a second-generation contractor, we have serviced our area through many major hail and windstorms. We have customers who are the kids of customers that we've serviced many years ago. We will be here when you need us, period. For roofing, gutters, or windows, visit trustmarkroofing.org or call Trustmark Roofing and Windows 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Sigmund Freud once believed that cocaine could be used to help treat a morphine addiction. Mike used bacon to get over his addiction to beef. Here's Mike Winters.
In studio this morning from the Chavez County Extension Office, Tamara Schubert and Katie Wright back with us. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How is life at the Extension Office this morning?
Super busy.
All right. Yeah. Busy's good, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Well, it's fall. Like we just, I mean, there's no breathing because the Chavez County Fairs and all that, and then here in a week or two, we're going to start Eastern New Mexico State Fair. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you guys get busy in the fall. We got the holiday workshops. We got, of course, there's like fall classes and things, extension clubs, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of, oh, by the way, you're moving to a new digs, too, pretty soon. Oh, yes. So, yeah, let's throw that wrinkle in. So, yeah, it's a little busy.
Hey, but when you look at our year, fall's probably the easiest time to move us.
That's true. You know what? Yeah, because first of the year is not good because there's always a lot going on there too. And then you certainly don't want to do it when 4-H and all that's kind of in season of recruiting and all that. So, yeah, I guess it does make sense. If you don't pick your poison, this will do it, I guess. But even though maybe a few less activities, we still got lots to put on people's radar here for the next couple weeks. So, do we want to start fair stuff or?
Sure.
Okay.
So we just got back yesterday from State Fair. So
that's right. So we just wrapped up State Fair and fairly certain we got another one to get ready for.
Yes, State Fair went really well. Our kiddos did great. They always do. Eastern Fair will be here before we know it. That is here in Roswell, which means there's no excuses. Everyone should come participate.
Absolutely.
See, look at all these awesome things.
Most folks listening here can stay in their own bed that week. They don't have to get a room or something up.
Correct.
Up in Albuquerque.
The other part of Eastern Fair is that we're running the ice cream parlor, and every scoop of ice cream goes back to these 4-H kids. So you get to
1/3 of them go in my belly.
You get ice cream and to help the kids. I don't know how much better it gets than that. So come see us at the ice cream parlor for sure.
That is by far, and don't get me wrong, I love a lot of stuff at the fair, but you could literally just put me a chair and a table and the ice cream thing, and every randomly ice cream cone shows up, and I'm good for the weekend. I'm really good. I'm good. Throw it around and give me a shake every once in a while. But other than that, I'm pretty. I'm pretty. Yeah, it does support the 4-H, but I'm telling you, it's because there's always that part in the week where it's hot and everything, and you get nothing satisfies it better than dipping around with an ice cream cone
and we've got air conditioning in the building, which makes it even better.
Exactly. Well, put it this way, it could be your gateway to the commercial building. It's so much easier to shop when you got an ice cream cone in your hand. So go through the ice cream shop, get you ice cream cone, then go the other end, and you can start shopping there and work your way into the commercial building and pop out the main entrance over there.
I like it. That's a good plan.
He's done that a time or two.
See, I have a route. Because what happens next is you go in that other room, and that's usually where you find green chili salsas and seasonings, and I'm a sucker for a dry rub.
Yep.
Like I got about 2 pounds of meat and 80 pounds of dry rubs in my house.
You're prepared.
I am.
You have options.
And I'm a sucker. And when it says, "Ooh, there's a new green chili type with something," all right, mesquite green chili.
Yeah,
let's grab it.
it goes to the New Mexico store.
Yeah, I'm so that's the way I go, and so I'm halfway broke by the time I actually get set foot in the true part of the commercial building.
So really, it's a money saving tactic.
Exactly the way I see it. But all I know is if you spend all your money on ice cream, you usually end up happy.
I like it. I think so.
People aren't sad with an ice cream cone in their hand. I'm just saying.
Correct. Until it melts.
The only sad part is that last bite, and there's not another one after it. So
you just get in line halfway through and do it again.
That's right. That's the way to do it. And so if the cash is a little sticky, you know why. That's what it is. So,
hey,
but yes,
please
support 4-H by and like I said, it's right there next to the commercial building, or actually adjacent to right there. There's usually a tree there, the picnic table. You can see it's right out front there. You see
We've got a brand new ice cream parlor banner.
Yeah, so it's got big signs as ice cream. You can't miss it. I mean, it's great. So that will be at this year's fair here at the end of the month.
Yep, last week of October 1st, or last week of September, first week of October, where they mesh.
Opens the 29th and that Monday.
Yes, yep. The kind of last half weeks, the first of October and the half week of September here. So
for sure.
And then of course, don't forget the parade will be Monday. Usually that's a day off for kids at school. It'll be fair day, so kids can come out to the fair and get out, line up Main Street downtown here for the parade that day, and then as soon as that's over, book it on down south to the fairgrounds. And usually livestock shows, I think they start that evening. Usually is the first livestock shows. Usually that Monday night there's rabbits or heifers or somebody showing. And usually the carnival starts up. Usually I think that first day it starts early. Last couple of years they've been kind of, instead of 5, they've been opening it up like 1 or 2 since the kids are off. And as soon as they get the green light from the inspectors and all that to do all that. So that'll all fire up that 29th there on Monday. And then, of course, don't forget to hit the education building, hit the livestock. Those are the real reasons why the fair is going on. There you see all the great work that the 4-H, FFA, and other kids around the state are doing in the arts and crafts and all that stuff. Definitely go support the kids in the livestock ring. Go see them, see these young men and women as they work these animals in the livestock rings. And then, of course, Saturday morning will be the big grand finale junior livestock auction, and Eastern Mexico State Fair at Saturday morning. So,
correct.
The Friday night.
So come join us on the 4th. Yep.
Yes. So definitely. So don't mess with football. That'll be the night before. And all that good stuff. So, and of course, if you're interested in 4-H for your children, it's a great opportunity to talk to a bunch of the kids and parents and folks and learn a little bit more what 4-H has to offer, even outside of the livestock side of 4-H, because you can do a lot of things in 4-H and not touch an animal or brush a coat or pick up.
You don't have to get smelly to be in 4-H.
Poop. Yeah.
So open enrollment starts October 1st, which is actually in the middle of fair.
Okay.
So come to the fair, figure out what you want to do, come enroll, join us.
Well, there'll be like a 4-H booth. Like if people want to visit and ask questions, come to the ice cream shop.
Come to the ice cream parlor.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, makes sense. Okay, just check in case you were walking around the education commercial building and they had a booth
they
there.
Can go through the educational building. Our kids are submitting over 1,000 entries this year. So it's definitely a great place to figure out the things that you can do outside of having pets. Go through the backside of the educational building too. All of our 10 clubs here in Chaves County have booths that display kind of what their club is about and the opportunities within them. So, but if they want to visit one-on-one, ice cream parlor is the place to do it.
Well, yeah, they in the education, but a lot of them will have a little display set up too, including a lot of our town nonprofits. So if you want to learn more about, I don't know, Elks or one of our Legions or one of these, a lot of them have a display in there that you can learn more about. Contact, reach out. 4-H definitely has one of those there. So good tip. And while you're in there, you can go check out the trains and all that cool stuff. And like I heard, I heard tell from some people, they're working to like be able to pipe train music and train stuff throughout the whole area of the train. So This year you might be out there. You're like, why I keep hearing whistles and woos? Now you know.
Go see the train.
It's not the pumpkins.
Full atmosphere.
You'll feel like at a train station. But yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. Anything else on the fair that we want to cover?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just be there.
Come out, support it, support the kids. And if you're looking for great opportunities for your children to be a part of 4-H, please come get some ice cream, come check out the education building, and come visit. So in between your riding and turkey leg eating and all that good stuff.
Tunnel cakes.
Yeah, exactly. You want to talk extension clubs? You want to talk about some other fall stuff? What's on the menu next?
We have a lot of things on the menu. So there's a couple of workshop dates coming up in November. So if our clientele are looking for their pesticide applicator CEUs, we will be having that on November the 18th. Those save the dates will come out pretty quick. And then we're going to have an urban horticulture symposium on the 19th, November 19th.
Okay. So I guess it's like
they can come out and join us.
That'd be good, I guess, to learn and growing in neighborhoods and places that people don't live on ranches.
Absolutely.
They live in more neighborhoods, and like we don't have cities so much here. Most of us aren't living in, skyscraper, things. But there's some people in apartments and stuff that have little patios that can do a little gardening while they're doing it in these
lawn
classes.
garden and everything else.
Yeah. I don't think it's not like that. There was one Amazon commercial, because sometimes Amazon plays a commercial a little too much. And there was this one, like right now they're playing this one where the lady decides she wants to cook, and now she buys all the stuff. And there was one before that where the lady gets a new apartment, it's all bland, and she ends up buying like a gazillion plants.
Everything from Amazon.
Yeah, and from Amazon, of course, it's Amazon. But by the time, and I was like, look, that's a cute commercial. But after the 5 gazillionth time of seeing it, sometimes twice in the same break, I'm like, I've had enough.
So if they're looking for places to get their plants other than Amazon,
there you go. Yeah,
come visit the Master Gardeners this Saturday. So they meet the third Saturday of every month at the library.
At the library.
For gardening at the library.
Yeah, come
it's Ask a Master Gardener month, and they're giving away free seeds.
Okay.
So if they're looking for flowers, vegetables, all the goodie seeds to go in their garden,
nice.
They're free.
So swag included this.
Yes, we're bribing them.
Nice. Hey, nothing wrong with that. You're planting the seeds. So this is kind of hodgepodge. Like if you've got just general questions for the gardeners
absolutely.
That maybe are stumping you, or bring it on, and we'll trade you questions for seeds.
There you go.
So come think of questions. Come on, put a little effort. If you're just trying to get seeds, just come. But like, is water good for plants? Well, yes, it is.
Definitely. We don't water enough. We do not water enough here in town. Yeah.
But I'm sure like if you're wanting to grow certain kinds and you're like, man, can I try it here and all this? The Master Gardeners,
they'll tell you plant this with this or don't plant this.
They can give you the skinny and all of that good stuff. So very good. And of course, 4-H also does their visits out at the Dexter Library too.
So we are at the Roswell Library the second Wednesday of every month, and then our Hagerman Library changed to the third Wednesday or the third Friday of every month with their new school system.
Okay, very good. And of course, they do an activity, and that's usually geared toward youth students on those. But come one, come all here. And then obviously the Master Gardener stuff's for, adults, but really anybody that's gardening. So if you got kids that are gardeners, and bring them on too. But it's for people looking to kind of, if you either start a garden or if you're got a garden and your garden ain't gardening right, then you hit the Master Gardeners. I feel like in my head, like you come to that meeting, I know it's not, but it would be cool. Like the Master Gardeners have like these green robes. I don't know. Something. Go in there and it's like, oh, mighty Master Gardeners, how do I make my plant green? And they kind of powwow and then this thing happens.
I'm going to leave that right there.
They look wise, you know what I mean?
Like my first or second week here, you called them garden Yodas, and I haven't been able to get past that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they probably don't like me. I respect what they do.
I will get a phone call when we get back to the office.
people that have, information like that, you always put them in these kind of guru, wise and sage type people, that's what I think of. I think of, can't see their faces, all, so let it be written, so let it be done. Water your plant.
Yes, please.
Very good. But so they'll be out Saturday out at the library here.
At 10 o'clock.
They'll leave the robes at home. I think.
I don't know. Maybe they should come and check it out.
Why not?
Report back.
Hey, whatever.
Was Mike correct?
That's right. Planting the seeds. Good deal. What else do we want to put on people's radar?
So the Extension Clubs will be hosting their annual Christmas showcase on November the 11th.
Very cool.
If they have not bought their tickets are now on sale. They are available for any of our Extension Showcase committee members or at the office.
Absolutely. They are first come, first served. They are highly coveted. Don't forget how they do it. There is 2 sessions. They're both exactly the same. There's like a midday session for
at 1:30.
At 1:30, and then after work at 6:30.
Yep.
Where is it at this year?
It'll be at Hobson Hall.
Hobson Hall at the fairgrounds here, and of course, get your with your ticket, your admittance. You get to go, and then you kind of round robin around some of the different stations and try and learn about different holiday decor stuff, food stuff, gift stuff, all things holiday.
Well, and we have some guest presenters this year, so they get a little special treat with this one. And we are encouraging everybody to bring their best DIY Christmas ornaments.
Oh, good deal.
We're going to decorate some senior centers around town.
Oh, cool.
And so bring the ornaments, join us, show us what you got, and then join for all the fun.
Show your little creativity here. So you say, hey, you give me your creativity, allow me to present you some of mine. And
absolutely.
Give it back. And of course, the big prize is really the recipe book that you get at each year. There's a unique that has kind of the how-to of every single project you're learning at the showcase this year, from the different food recipes to craft ideas to gift ideas to decor ideas and all that good stuff. But it is very popular. People actually collect the books and have them from years past, and I know especially with the move-in sale coming up here, if they
That's
do
a good
have
way to put it.
Yeah.
Have a moving sale.
The moving sale. Why not? We had a yard sale when I was moving. Why not the extension office? They do have books from previous years that people love to have and keep because they're timeless. I mean, these crafts recipes are going to be good 20 years from now, or that's the cool thing, is creating family memories and doing all that. And so when your kids are saying they're talking with their kids down the road doing their Christmas traditions, it was something maybe you learned at one of these workshops, and kind of that's what we hope. So get those books and sign up, but please RSVP, and the sooner better than later, because I'm just saying there's only so many books, and if you want to guarantee one, go ahead and just RSVP, call and get that done, and it's definitely worth it. And trust me, there's people that have been doing this for years, and it's like, ooh, I'm setting my watch to this. When's that? I would dare to say if one year you guys didn't have it, the blowback that you guys would get from that, and it would not be pretty.
We just don't think about that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat. So please mark that on your calendars for November here and make plans.
And the other thing that they can do is get those quilt raffle tickets. So we will be raffling off a homemade quilt. It's actually sitting in my office ready to go on display.
Nice. Was this made by the Extension Club?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then all of the funds off of those raffle tickets go directly back into our scholarship fund, which goes back into the community.
Great. Which is awesome here. And speaking of Extension Clubs, if they're always looking for new members, new clubs, new everything in between here. So they've already got a few Extension Clubs that have kind of organized and put together. And these are what, we've joked about when you've talked about here in the past, is like 4-H for adults. Where
absolutely.
These are, clubs for social clubs, and, people get together based on an interest, whether it's an interest in quilting or, lapidary or, who knows, playing chess, who knows, whatever it is you want to do. You get enough people, hey, we love a bunch of people, we play Parcheesi or bridge or whatever. Awesome. Let's do our bridge extension club. And then they play bridge on Thursdays or whatever day that is. And so if you like to see some of the clubs that are available now, come on down and talk. Or if you don't see one on the list, start one. Maybe you got some friends and all of you are into, I don't know, coffee bean brewing. I don't know, whatever it is, you know. And let's get together and do something, you know, and let's do that.
Right. So we've got 4 extension clubs that meet throughout really the county on different days. One is based on quilting and the other ones are general clubs. We will be starting a new club in January that's a sewing club. It's going to meet midday on one of the Tuesdays throughout the month with different projects every month. Great. And they can call the office and get on the list for reminders for that one.
Please
But you're
do.
right. If anybody wants to get together and make a new club, it's a great way to help us spread education that comes down from the university, in addition to being social and getting involved in the community.
Seeing and coming, getting friends. And that's the real, you know, treasure is, you know, you hopefully, you know, you find people with like interest, but then, you know, you make some friends and now you got lunch buddies or, you know, weekend hangouts or whatever, you know, it turns into a bigger thing, or next thing you know, your families are, you know, vacationing together. Who knows? Things like that happen. But please, if you have, especially if you have an interest like sharing or, you know, kind of like those folks who make homemade cards and stuff. That's kind of, you know, that's the perfect type of stuff we talk about.
We have some of those ladies. They do amazing work.
Yeah, they do. It's a lot of attention to detail.
It is.
That's my problem, is patience. Desire,
really?
yes. Patience, not so much. I used to do those models with the airplanes as a kid. So much glue over glued and everything else because I lack patience. It's together. It looks a hot mess, but it's together.
It's not coming apart.
That's right. It's glued to my hand. But anyway. But yes, please reach out if you're interested in becoming part of one of the current extension clubs or would like to be interested in starting on one of your own here or got a group already. So good deal. What else we want to mention here? We covered the showcase. We covered fair. We covered extension clubs. What else do we want to talk about?
I think that's all I've got. Yeah.
Think we got it covered? Good deal. And of course, if you have questions about gardening or any of that kind of stuff, or of course, we'll be first of the year, you'll start seeing some of the diabetes and some of these classes start forming. Those signups will be coming here pretty quick on those. But in the meantime, if you're looking for resources for that kind of stuff, don't forget the Chaves County Extension Office is a resource for if you've got health-related questions about diabetes or health nutrition and you're kind of maybe waiting for one of these classes. In the meantime, they can put you in touch with some other resources, some internet, some other things that can kind of give you some ideas and get you going until we start meeting here in the winter here or first of the year. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I get it. Your timeline and the world's timeline don't always match up sometimes. And it's like, well, I need to get right now.
I need information now. Yeah. Give us a call.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, if you have any questions about any of the pesticides or any of that type of certifications or anything, don't hesitate to call. Or if you're wondering, does this plant look right to you, then please reach out. They can help you do that too.
Call us. And if you love plants and bugs, our ag position in the office is still open.
Yeah, so apply.
Come join the team.
Yeah, you can apply probably through Workforce Connections. They probably have.
Yeah, nmsu.edu on the job
and
posting
the NMSU, website there. They can go and do all that too. So good deal. Do you have any questions or anything? Give them phone numbers and all that stuff to call.
They can call us at the office at 622-3210. And for the time being, you can stop by the office at 200 East Chisholm Suite 4.
That is soon to move here.
Yes, and we have to start memorizing the new address.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be that day where you go to the old place, like, oh, kind of ghost town here. Oops, wrong spot.
Whoops.
Especially if you've been doing it a while. You get in automatic pilot mode. You do. In the mornings, especially. Next thing you know, like, oh, wait a minute. I just habitually
did 4-H in Chaves County as a kid. So that is literally the building.
You
that
literally
I've been going.
Yes,
there. And so, yes, it's going to be an awkward change, but we are very blessed to have the opportunity for a newer building for our
habits you got to break or change. Absolutely. But please come out and support the kids at the fair this cup in about 2 weeks here when it happens. And of course, if you're looking for great opportunities for your sons and daughters, please. 4-H has got a lot of great stuff here. Now's a great time to come and so come see them in action. Come out to the fair. Go to the education building. See all the arts and crafts and the artwork the paintings, the various art, and then you look and you'll see a beautiful art and then see a 7-year-old did it. It's just, it blows you away. It's really cool. But fair's coming up. Don't miss all that. And then, of course, get your copious amounts of funnel cakes, turkey legs, and various
we
meats
could put ice cream on your funnel cake.
That's a great idea. That's a fine idea. That's, you could... I think we should make our own version of like a funnel taco. Like the funnel cake,
that
the
would
ice
be
cream taco.
So cool.
And remember, it's at the fair, and you know my rule. When you eat fair foods at the fair, those calories don't count as long as you eat them on the fairgrounds. That's the rule. Now, don't leave the fair with it because those calories count double.
When you leave the ground,
that's the drawback.
We may have to try that. We may have to go get a funnel cake and then come back to the ice cream parlor and.
Okay, so we did funnel cakes
and
and butter pecan ice cream last year.
Nice.
And it was so wonderful.
But I'm thinking like a taco situation.
Yeah.
Funnel
Load
cake,
it up there.
ice cream, and maybe some hot fudge, whipped cream.
So you need to buy
nuts,
lots
cherries.
of ice cream this year so we can
Yeah.
buy the equipment to
Yeah.
make funnel cakes and ice cream parlor.
Love it, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how the waffle cone started. It was like what a World Fair or something, and the guy ran out ice cream bowls, and so he saw the waffle guy, and he rolled it up, and voila, the waffle cone. Funnel cake cone.
I'm in.
Could be the thing that the game changer. No change has been this big since the corn dog.
Maybe a change I may taste.
Yeah, that could be. Just saying. Big funnel cake, big ice cream. Let's get together and work this out. So
Like
very
it.
good. Thank you guys.
Thank
and,
you. Thanks.
Hopefully get some rest in between fairs and craziness.
We're sure going to try.
If not, everyone else extend a hand to the extension office. They could use that. But if you have questions or whatever, don't hesitate. These folks will get you taken care of. So thank you guys, and go stomp out your next fire.
Thanks, Mike.
You got it.
Take care.
Pecos Valley News Updates. I'm Jared Cirillo. The New Mexico Department of Health's public health offices in the southeastern part of the state are closed today in Chavez, Curry, DeBaca, Eddy, Lee, Lincoln, Quay, and Roosevelt counties. All of the officers are scheduled to resume normal business hours on Thursday. For service questions or to make appointments, you can call NMDOH at 833-SW-NURSE. A man and woman were injured in a shooting incident late Monday in Roswell. RPD says the incident happened in the 1000 block of South Michigan Avenue. Nearby officers heard the gunshots and responded. One officer noted a vehicle speeding away from the scene and pulled over the driver, who said his 2 passengers were injured. Paramedics responded and transported the man and woman to a hospital. The injured man, Angelo Daniel Duran, was later treated and released. He was arrested and booked for aggravated assault, shooting at a dwelling, attempted aggravated burglary, and criminal damage to property. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
They can call him a misogynist, and all he did at Turning Point was promote up-and-coming women. One is a friend of mine, Emma Jo Morris, who he once worked on my TV show and broke the Hunter Biden laptop story. He was promoted, called racist, and yet he sought out and highlighted minorities all the time that worked at Turning Point USA. But really, what he's really called a fascist, if you really want to break it down, is because of Trump derangement syndrome. He supported Donald Trump, and he shared his political beliefs. Falsely smeared, called every name in the book for daring to challenge liberal orthodoxy in this country, and it smeared with lies and just outright slander.
Keeping you on the straight path. Later today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, check it out. A new discovery found a massive trove of gold coins in the Czech Republic, minted by a long-lost civilization. It's from before the 2nd century BC. They also found silver coins among the artifacts. Not only have gold and silver been valued for thousands of years, but they can physically last that long as well. Just another reason why I have partnered with the award-winning company Goldco. I'm also a customer. Now, they sell gold and silver, and they're great at what they do. So if you're ready to learn how gold and silver can help protect your savings, Call now, 855-815-GOLD. On the web, it's HannityGold.com. They'll send you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. You can do your own due diligence and learn how you can get 10% in free bonus silver. It is the best silver offer out there. Don't miss this one. 855-815-GOLD or HannityGold.com. One more time, 855-815-GOLD or HannityGold.com.
Hey everyone, with your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. The best trash talker on the team isn't one of the starters, at least not until now, due to an injury along the offensive line. We'll tell you about the feisty player taking over at center right after this.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service. Guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
Brock Hoffman may not be a household name, but in the Cowboys locker room, he's one of the most popular players thanks to his feisty attitude and hard-nosed play. The backup offensive lineman will take over as the starting center the next several weeks because of a foot injury suffered by Cooper Beebe. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer loves Hoffman and his style of play.
The intensity the guy plays with, the trash that he talks, his kind of style is just, he's wired the right way, man. Our guys love it, but he's definitely one of the leaders. Guys respect him. It's just great to have a guy like that when something like this happens that you can look to.
Today, Hoffman and teammates begin installation of the game plan for Sunday's showdown at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. An uneventful day so far on Wall Street as all eyes are on the Federal Reserve ahead of today's decision on interest rates. Later today, the central bank is expected to announce its first interest rate cut in 9 months. It could be a quarter-point cut or perhaps more, given the recent weakening of the job market. Chipmaker NVIDIA CEO says he's disappointed about restrictions on sales to China amid U.S.-China trade and tech tensions. The company faces restrictions on exporting advanced chips to China, chips that are crucial for AI development. Ben & Jerry's co-founder Jerry Greenfield is leaving the ice cream brand after 47 years. He says the freedom the company used to have to speak out on social issues has been stifled by Unilever since its purchase of the iconic ice cream brand. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Who doesn't think the dentist is a big deal? I know what you're thinking. What will they find? How much will it hurt? What are my options? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher, and I am here to tell you that here at Carabelli Dental, it is our job to put you at ease. With options like sedation dentistry, you can rest assured that regardless of what dental